ESPN.com. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
ESPN New York. Now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2 New York. Don.
I had never seen holes like that before.
Hahn.
I'm not comfortable touching it. No.
And Rosenberg.
I'm not breastfeeding.
No,
but I
that's
have.
too bad.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3 o'clock in the big city. Don LaGreca, Alan Hahn, Peter Rosenberg. Show we like to call Don Hahn and Rosenberg. Brazil's just scored in the arbitrary extra time. Still going on here.
I know.
We behind?
But no, I'm just saying it's going to be tough for Japan in the next 30 seconds.
I don't know if you let them get a rush. You might want to just hold the clock.
But we're in the.
This is how it works in soccer.
We're in 9 minutes into +6. What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you. It was +6, and then Brazil scored. And they spent 2 minutes, and they spent 2 minutes lollygagging, and now they're going to add another minute.
Lollygagging. You know what you do?
You know what's funny? It's almost like
stop the clock.
You score there, don't celebrate. Why would we want to put more time on the clock?
You guys can't. You just can't help yourself. It's just
Can't
all.
do it.
I need.
Can't
Like,
you know
don't
what?
celebrate.
By the way, anyone
score,
out there,
let's go.
Anyone out there who loves soccer, I need you to know that. Even, and I don't mean like I'm no super fan. You're just like me. You enjoy the World Cup, but you at least just get it and take it. You need to understand. It's not just Michael. Michael, Alan, and Don. Basically, if soccer comes up, are going to spend 50% of the time talking about the clock.
It
They just
only
cannot
came
help.
up because of Friday.
No, it's
because of that how that
you mean
U.S.
Thursday
game. Thursday
when the U.S. lost in the 8th minute or
when
whatever
when it said
Right.
+7 and it was 98 on the clock. What do we do?
And so that didn't help. I got to admit that didn't help.
Kind of drove me crazy.
In terms of the
Like the game's
non-soccer
over.
fan, it didn't help. But this comes up quite a bit. Brazil was down 1-0 in this game.
1-0.
1-0, if you will, in the second half against Japan, and then tied it, and then in extra time have taken the lead. And I'm waiting here for a final whistle. Look, Brazil just kicked it away. My guess would be we'll get the whistle there. I'm waiting.
You get the camera pan out when you hear the whistle.
Well, we got to pan out.
You got to pan out.
Hold on, but no one ran on the field yet.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to let them. Something else going to happen.
I just listen. I don't want to spend all day on this because I'm with Peter. Let them have their fun. All right, whatever they want to do. I'm not into it, so what do I care anyway? All right, honestly, I'm not here to denigrate it.
Right, they're giving Japan one last look. They got to throw in.
I don't like it, but I don't care enough to really just get nuts about it.
There
right?
it is. It's over. Brazil wins 2-1.
But it just seems like an easy fix. That's all. Stop the damn clock.
Right.
I understood when we didn't have the technology when they would show. Like I think in Victory they show the scoreboard. It's an actual clock with
dial
hands.
on it. Right.
So I understand that we won't really know what time it is.
Right. Does anybody really care?
All right, Chicago. Oh, whoa.
I was about to say, I had the exact same thing.
Nicely done.
Chicago should be the official group of World Cup. Does anybody really know what time it is?
Does anybody really care?
Does anybody really
some
care?
Some of us do. Some of us don't.
So that's exactly
an easy
right.
answer is if it bothered you, it's not for you. Okay.
Well, that's the thing.
If the mole bothers you on Cindy Crawford, she's not your type.
That's exactly right.
By the way,
if you're like Molly, instead of just seeing this gorgeous woman, then that's on you.
Can't get past the damn mole.
I'm Buck Melanoma, Macy's Uncle Ward.
Imagine that. She's just she's like madly in love with you. You're like, I just can't get past it. Can't get past it.
It's right there. So it's a great point by you, Don. If that's the case, it's not for you.
But I've been listening all day, and everybody's got their theory on what happened to the Yankees this weekend.
Okay.
All right? They lose 4 in a row to the Red Sox. And listen, I don't want to get in trouble here, but you know me. I'm opinionated, and I can't keep things in. I understand it's in honor of the Boston Marathon bombing.
Oh, no.
But the Boston Red Sox basically dressed up like the Oakland A's. I don't get it. And you got to do it when you're playing the Yankees, the oldest rivalry in baseball.
The green jerseys were for the Monster. The yellow jerseys.
Yellow. It's the yellow.
So that green was for the Monster.
That's the Monster.
Stop that. You know what? Then I have no trouble.
No, the yellow ones are for the Marathon.
What do we do?
Yellow and blue.
And listen, and let's be honest too. Okay, wear a pin. To have a yellow jersey when you're the Boston Red Sox, there's got to be a different way to honor. But listen, I'm not going to go down that path. But if you're honoring the Green Monster by just wearing green uniforms, and you're the Red Sox, and you've got this historic uniform, and it's the Yankees-Red Sox, the oldest rivalry in baseball. Pick it when the Rays come to town, okay? Or the Mets, they stink.
No, just get rid of it. Just don't do it. You're right. Don, you put a little pin. You put a black thing on the sleeve. There's a million things you can do that don't make you look like the Savannah Bananas. It's a complete. It's been ridiculous.
But now they honor the Green Monster.
What is the monster?
What are we doing?
What does he care?
He's a monster. He doesn't care about anything.
He's a monster.
But I'm here, and it's easy for you to laugh at me because I'm a Met fan. And my team's an embarrassment.
I'll say.
And we'll get in more detail. But what happened on Friday? If there could be is it a GIF or GIF? Because you always correct
I'm a GIF guy.
I think it's GIF.
I like GIF.
Okay.
Because GIF is peanut butter.
Well, actually, though, is the first word generated in GIF?
We did this on an old show.
No,
we did this on an old show.
It's GIF.
I know, but I'm saying the first word, though, of the acronym
is generated, which makes it GIF.
That means it's a soft G.
Give me a short video. How about that? Representing what the Mets are about. It's my poor guy, Steve Gelbs, trying to let the world know about the firing of Mendoza with Mr. Met dancing behind him. That's it. That's everything. That's 60-plus years of puke.
Is that
everybody
of all the
No,
crap.
Unfortunately, there is a huge debate.
All right, let's go.
Of what's the most embarrassing thing? Carlin tweeted it out. There's like a bracket. You could have a bracket challenge.
I love this.
Yeah, but its own bracket challenge. No, but for you, of all, you've seen some things. I'm talking about the out of context Met stuff. Not in game hilarity. I'm talking about out of context.
Like the Baja Men at least happened before a World Series game. At least you're playing in the World Series. But you're in the World Series. I mean, you're 15 games under 500. You just fired your manager.
Yeah.
They're chanting Pete Alonso's name at Citi Field. Mm-hmm. Steve Gelbs, who is good as it gets, has to stand there and explain to the public that might have parachuted in about what's going on with the firing of Mendoza, and dancing behind him is a tone-deaf Mr. Met.
Is some kid wearing the Mr. Met. It's like this. He got the job this summer, and he's not even a baseball fan. He's really more. Let's be honest. He was a theater arts major.
Oh yeah.
This is sort of for him. It's acting. He got this job. It's a good gig, and he doesn't know.
Yeah. Somebody
I'm here
said
to make the people laugh.
Listen,
I got them. No one said don't do my job. No one's. So I'm going to dance. But my favorite thing was, of all the days to just, because it's not every day that he steps behind Steve Gelbs on TV.
No.
And Gelbs is on TV at least once a day. Every day.
I think he does it. I think Mr. Met does pop in on
okay, but I'm
people
saying but it's not constant.
Right.
And he does it. And not only is this the day that he does it, it's the day he's hitting every different move. It was. Did you see any of the ones that were made? Any of the other ones?
Some of them, yeah.
Like Cronkite?
Yeah. Oh, the Cronkite one was hilarious.
Bush being told about the towers. Yeah. People just took tragedy after tragedy and put Mr. Met.
Now, obviously, Mendoza wouldn't be up there with those, but I get what they were trying to do on social media.
You see what the point was.
Because they might even have said to the mascot, listen, they just fired the manager. Oh, fire, yeah, I'm on fire today. Woo, baseball. I don't want the mascot fired because he probably Alan's right.
Do people want him fired?
Well, no, people want something. Listen, people should have been fired. Not him in particular, but just the whole tone, the disorganization. You would think that when
how perfect would it be after all that? They fire Mr. Met.
It's all his fault.
And David Stearns is sitting pretty. Mr. Met, who gets paid $20 an hour.
Mendoza,
but
Mr. Met.
It's a simple meeting. It's a simple meeting. Like, because I do the Devil games. The Devils have the Woo crew. It's even hard to say the Woo crew.
The Woo crew.
Yeah, but they dance. Woo. They get everybody to go woo woo.
Yeah, of course.
All right, if God forbid, Claude Lemieux died during the season. All right, you'd have a meeting before the games. Let's put the Woo crew away tonight. Yeah. We just lost a Devils legend. Yeah. We just fired our manager. So guys. Do what you do. We'll still play Piano Man in the 7th inning stretch.
How
do you know? All that, but let's tone it down a bit. All right.
How do you know they didn't have a meeting and say, "Listen, fan base is frustrated.
Turn it up."
Just fired the manager. Let's get the people excited tonight. Come on, let's get the mood up.
Get the people going.
Let's get
but
the
not
mood
standing
up
behind Steve Gelbs as he's telling people that didn't hear it earlier that they just fired their manager.
Well, look, Mr. Met has eyes, nose, and a mouth. He has not ears.
And
so he couldn't hear what Gelbs was saying.
By the way, point guard.
Yeah, that was really
time
good.
to end it right now. There's no ears on the man's head.
So the reason I bring all this up is to tell you that it's easy for me to tell Yankee fans to calm down. My season's over. You guys are still battling for first place. And I'm not telling you to be happy about losing 4 straight to the last place Red Sox. Red Sox stink.
Sox of all. That doesn't matter if they're last
or the Green
place,
Sox,
place.
whatever they were on Thursday and Friday.
It's still the Red Sox, Don.
But you're missing 1/3, like literally 1/3 of your offense. You're talking about one of the best hitters in the game in Judge, out. All right? Stanton, out. And you know he would come up big in a big series. He's known for doing that. And Grisham, who was hot as anything, one of your best hitters, also out. And you've got Bellinger, for some ungodly reason, can't hit on the road.
That's crazy.
And then Jazz gets kicked out of the one. Jazz has got to go. I mean, honestly, he's not living up to expectations. He's just let's face it, guys.
By the way, talk about tone deaf too.
He's a pain.
Did you
He's
also
a pain in the
see
butt.
Peacock couldn't wait to go to commercial? Like you're on streaming.
I understand.
Did we need to go? You could see that the player is arguing with an umpire to a point where the manager then had to come out and shove him away, and you go right to break? What are we doing? That was the most exciting. That game was so bad. That was the most exciting moment, and you went to break? You couldn't hold up? This is not a network TV. You are on streaming right now. That's just bad directing.
Come on, man. It's bad producing. It just is, because when I'm doing a game, and we're supposed to go to break, and they'll say break. The red light goes on if I'm doing a Devil game and any hockey game.
Sure.
But all of a sudden, if the whistle blows, the red light goes on, but a fight breaks out, we don't go to break.
No.
And then
in your ear they say stay here.
And then it's understood that on the ice, the officials taking into account that there's now a fight, you're not going to miss any action on the other side. Because the argument will be, well, we got to go to break because they're going to throw the first pitch in the next inning if we break late and we're going to miss the first pitch. All of a sudden that matters after missing the first 4 innings of the game on Channel 4 on NBC. But it's the only game, national television, they would have held it up.
Come on.
If NBC wasn't back from break. So stop it. It's just not paying attention. Nobody's paying attention anymore. Then what the hell's going on?
Do they start that
tone
clock?
Deaf.
Do they start that clock even though there's an argument with the umpire? Like is that in between inning clock just start?
From what I see, because it can't start right away, because there are times that there's a replay. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. So they obviously can restart the clock if there's replay, or not start it until they officially know there's no replay. Yeah. But you see Jazz is getting into it. You don't know if he's going to get kicked out or not. You want to see that on television, don't you?
Yes, of course you do.
Some of the most entertaining things, because we no longer have arguments anymore.
Nope.
Alan and I grew up, and Peter too, to a certain extent, even though he was a little bit younger. No, you probably lived with it even more than us with Earl Weaver. Like, you had to see Earl Weaver. Earl Weaver was going to get once a series.
Yep.
He was going to, or Lupinella was going to kick dirt on home plate.
Yep.
Somebody was going to throw a base. Mm-hmm. Like, we've lost that because of challenges and replay. We don't have that anymore. So Jazz getting into it, and now the first base coach comes down, and then Boone, who's been known to get thrown out of games, coming in to break it up. Fans are going to want to see that.
Yep.
You don't break.
Yep.
And there's no way that the umpires at Fenway Park are going to make a pitcher throw a first pitch when the national television audience is still in commercial. It's not going to happen. So it's just bad. It's a bad decision. But I am not going to panic if I'm a Yankee fan, because there are reasons why you lost. You hate losing to the Red Sox. 4 straight losses. That's kind of tough. Do you see who you're playing this week? The Tigers, who you just took 2 out of 3 from in Detroit, and the Twins. They could show up naked and sweep the Twins. So you're going to win 5 of your next 6. You're going to be okay. Alan, are you in panic like every other Yankee fan seems to be?
No, it's annoying. It's annoying on several levels. The first annoying part of it is it's the Red Sox, right? Like, that part's annoying. Can't hit. It was really annoying yesterday watching Sonny Gray and that stupid hat. The way he's wearing his hat, the whole look to me was annoying.
How do you hate? I mean,
can't stand. What?
He's Sonny Gray.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray.
It's annoying because we know what he's about, and now all of a sudden he's,
Did you see him yesterday, Peter? He's got the hat. Who always wore his hat? Who was
off to the side?
Who was a Ray? There was a couple of guys.
Yeah, a couple of guys have done that move.
So, but he's got it off to the side.
It's too big for his head.
Yeah, it's weird. His ears are sticking out.
Yep.
And then he's wearing his Red Sox jersey like he's Richard Jefferson. He's showing off a chest that doesn't have
full navel.
He's like a 12-year-old. He doesn't have any hair on the chest.
Yeah.
He's not cut like that. Let me show off my chest.
No, but he was feeling it. He was feeling himself yesterday. the way he was pitching and the way the Yankees were struggling with everything he was throwing.
Oh, my God.
Mess doesn't even begin to
strange.
describe it.
This yo-yo.
And remember, he's the guy that talked some cash money when he signed with the Red Sox, right? Let's not forget. So that's why watching it was ask Anthony. The only time I text Anthony during the Yankees game is when I'm what? Annoyed.
Right. Annoyed.
Right?
Yes.
Then all of a sudden, now I'm going back and forth with Anthony about everything that I'm seeing. And he doesn't help because he just throws logs on the fire.
It was fun. We had a good time, though.
Don't go to Anthony if you're trying to talk yourself, back into the window. He's going to talk you right off.
No, I'll drag you right down with me.
Well, I wanted to get it. I wanted to get into like that kind of a growling session because, first of all, my son is completely done on the Mets. He still got suckered in because of the ninth inning yesterday.
Well, yes, he got suckered into that.
He's still sitting there, and I'm like, okay, heartbreak's coming. He goes, no, look, we got runners on. Yep, okay, good luck.
Oh, boy.
And then the at-bats that they, oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Mauricio, and then Alvarez.
When are you pulling the plug on that?
So he turned it off. He turned off the TV and he refused to watch anything else. So when the Yankees came on, he wanted nothing to do with it. So I had nobody to talk to.
Right. Sad.
So I went to Anthony, and Anthony made it worse. But it's so
you had to know it was good. He was going to make it worse.
I'm not. It's annoying more than anything. This June thing annoys me now. It's 4 years in a row where they're like barely 500 team in June. All the numbers matter except for, I guess, this June swoon that they go through. Right now, but those numbers don't matter. So that's the stuff that's annoying. Am I worried about it? No. But it's annoying.
But
that's
when you
kind of where I'm at.
To me, annoying
I'd love to see a scrappy team that's like, remember when they were 8-4 the first 12 games without Judge, and you're like, hey,
but you knew that wasn't sustainable, even against the lousy Red Sox.
Why can't
You're not going
to
to play at a 650 clip when 3 of your best offensive players are on the
maybe not
jump.
650, but does it need to be one game under 500?
I'm not saying you shouldn't be annoyed by it, but I don't think you should be panicked. Now, speaking of being annoyed,
not panicked.
Anthony, I need you to say what you're about to say, but be upbeat, be enthusiastic.
Be
because
happy.
Champs deserves the anti-annoyed.
Yeah, give it good.
I did just take an interesting call. Dom, were you at a concert last night?
Where was I last night?
Do you know if you were at a concert?
I was not at a concert last night.
He must have been.
Line 3, no, Dom was not at the concert that you were at last night, even though you thought you were sitting right next to him and didn't say hello. New York, you need to hear this. This summer, all lines lead to Champs Sports Fan Central Station, a soccer pop-up shop open right in the heart of the city, 125 West 33rd Street. This is the soccer destination in New York. Jerseys for every national team you ride with, USA, Mexico, Argentina. Hey, guys, hold a Brazil jersey for my good friend Peter. And way more.
I got plenty.
He doesn't need them.
But I'll take a new one.
Well, he wants one from Champs. All under one
Vinny
roof.
Jr.
If you want to gear up, rep your country, and feel the energy of the city, Champs Sports Fan Central Station, 125 West 33rd Street. That is where you need to be. And Knick fans, they did not forget about you. Championship gear to celebrate the team's first title in 53 years is there as well.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. And the enthusiasm was there.
Upbeat, very upbeat.
But sometimes he does want to jump off the ledge with Allen.
I just read back our text messages. I enjoy it very much.
He was... What did he say, too?
The third baseman can't hit.
Yeah.
The team doesn't like the shortstop. The manager probably doesn't like the second baseman, and the first baseman's a catcher.
Now, the other thing, before we get to the calls at 1-800-919-3776, is what happened with NBC. People went to turn on the game. They were seeing the Travelers Championship and not the first four. Not first four pitches, first 4 innings of the Yankees-Red Sox. Bad job. I'm not even going to front. All right, that's a bad job. You're not supplying programming to your audience. However, they're in a rain delay. They finished it up today. You know me with golf. I don't care. But I'm going to defend NBC to the point that Anthony did the work. The Travelers have outrated every nationally televised baseball game last year. They made the decision that I can't annoy the majority of people. Because golf fans can be like, how do you have me sit here and watch this entire tournament? We're about to crown a champion you think you're going to, and now you pull the plug for a regular season baseball game? That would annoy me more if I were a golf fan than one of 162 as a baseball fan. It's like, dude, I understand you're annoyed by it, but stop it, all right?
Was it a major?
It wasn't a major.
Okay, what are we doing? If you're Major League Baseball, you're like, what are we doing? This is. I'm sorry. This is not Rays Astros. This is Yankees-Red Sox.
I understand.
This is going to be one of the biggest audiences we'll have.
Right, but
and most of our audience couldn't find the game. And how many people are like, forget it, I'm not watching?
Well, listen, I'm not telling you they handle it well. The announcers on the Travelers could have told you go to Peacock, or they could have found some alternative that wasn't an app. But if NBC gets better ratings with the Travelers championship than they do with the baseball, then that's the right move. And I hear Michael today, well, they would never do that to football. Yeah, because football crushes everything. All right?
But if you're baseball, that's not a good look.
Well, it's not a good look, but you know what? Football would have said no. You're putting our game on, and then the NBC would cower and go to it. Baseball doesn't have that kind of sway.
Apparently
this
not.
happens to baseball. This happens to hockey. I don't know if it would happen with basketball. That's interesting. New partner, just like baseball. What would if there was an NBA regular season game?
If it was not a major, there's no way.
But
you are telling people, hey, like going to break. There's still, how many more holes are left in this championship? Move over to Peacock to catch the rest of it as the NBA will take over from here. Like, there'll be that because you'll have time as a golf viewer to make that switch if you didn't already.
But when you say that the Yankee fans that are annoyed about what happened on NBC last night, they're Yankee fans who think that the world begins and ends with their team.
Because it's the biggest
But meanwhile, don't you think NBC made that decision because they wanted to take off the less amount of people because they knew?
Probably.
And also, and I do this with radio too, the general thing should be, if it starts on a station, it ends on a station. Like if we start a Ranger game on 880,
okay,
and then there's a Knicks game later on, but the Ranger game goes long, and they pulled the plug on the Ranger game to put on the Knicks game, I believe that's wrong. If you think that can happen, don't put the Ranger game on 880, put it on 1050. If you're going to start it, you should finish it because that's fair to the audience. So I think NBC did the right thing there, and they probably know the numbers and realize we'll tick off less people if we keep the Travelers on NBC.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm not saying...
And if you're a baseball, listen, I know it's Yankees, Red Sox. Red Sox stink. So listen to the 4 innings on the radio. I mean, come on, give me a break already, people.
It's not about that. It's still about the brands, right? And I'm telling you, that's what it's about. And so the fan base, which is the largest fan base that you have here in New York, right?
Right.
It's your biggest market. So how's the New York market doing with the golf versus the Yankees?
Well, I understand. The New York market's going to be really ticked off.
So, of course, they're going to be pissed.
But NBC's worried about the overall audience. And how fair would it be? Now, it didn't matter because they didn't finish it.
You're not wrong. I'm saying the outrage is also not wrong. It's okay to be pissed off about it because you're saying, first of all, the Yankees should be saying, we're the friggin' Yankees. What are you doing? We're putting us on a streaming instead of in front of golf? Like all of our fans, and we have millions of them, want to see us play. And we're playing the Red Sox. So that's one. Understand it. NBC just came in and took Sunday Night Baseball.
Right.
Right? So this is their new thing. And Major League Baseball has got to look at a partner like, this is what we're doing? So 2 of our biggest markets, 2 of our biggest fan bases, and we had to start the game on your streaming service. And then tell everybody, now you can go back to
NBC's got a history of it. I remember watching, it was Penguins-Senators playoff game that went to overtime on a Saturday, and guess what was at 6 o'clock? The Kentucky Derby.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what they did? They took the hockey game, said, go watch it on NBC Sportsnet because we're going to the Kentucky Derby because we know the audience in this country is going to be way bigger. I'm sure the people of Pittsburgh were apoplectic about it, but they made that decision, and that's wrong. You're talking about overtime playoff game. But they did it.
The Travelers and the Belmont or the Kentucky Derby, you can't make that's not even close.
No, but we're also talking about moving a playoff game that's in overtime or missing the first 4 innings of a regular season game.
Right.
Come on, what are we talking about?
Guys, if the numbers are the numbers. If they do better with the numbers for the golf, that's it.
Guarantee you there were more people watching Yankee Red Sox than that game that you're talking about. Penguins, Senators. Guaranteed.
No, I understand that.
So that's the difference. That's why I'm saying it's okay for them to be pissed off about it.
But they're telling you more people are watching the Travelers than will watch Yankees Red Sox.
Nationally, yes.
Yes, and they can't worry about New York and Boston.
Care. Right. They didn't care. And all I'm saying is that's not a good look if you're Major League Baseball.
No, it's not.
And the Yankees can't be happy about it as well.
I understand that.
So this is a new partner.
But I'm not telling you not to be annoyed. But for people like, how can you give? And this is somebody who hates golf. But I'm sure they made what they thought was a better decision.
I think if it was if one of the majors, no problem. One of the majors, no problem. This isn't a major. And so that's, I think, adds to the equation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's wrong. You give me this look like I'm fighting this fight. I'm not fighting this fight.
No, you're fighting it.
I'm making a point for those who are outraged by it.
Well, if they were
right to be outraged
but there's
by
a
it.
lot of the stuff going on in the world, folks.
But the people, they're like me. I'm actually criticizing myself. The people, they're like, oh, I'm missing the first 4 innings of Yankees-Red Sox for some stupid golf. Well, there's a lot of people who don't think the golf's that stupid. I'm one of them that thinks it's stupid. But I'm sure NBC looked at it and go, do I take off 5 million people or 3? All right, I'm going to take off the 3.
Right.
And I'd rather show the end of something than the beginning of something, although where they got caught is the end of something ended up being today and not yesterday because of the rain. 1-800-919-3776. Lots on the table. We got the weekend recap coming up at 4:30. We got ENN at 6. Then we're out of Dodge at 6:30. Why? Because we've got the Mets and the Blue Jays. It's all happening here, Don and Rosenberg, on a hot Monday on ESPN New York.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Speaking of questions. Buster, I mean, Volpe hasn't kind of blossomed into what they expected. Thank God for Paul Goldschmidt, but now, I mean, at third base.
And he actually cannot end it with just a defined question.
Here's the thing for me. Drove me crazy last year with the Yankees. I'm a Mets fan. Do you think they do both, or do they prioritize the pitching over maybe some help at third base?
Maybe we taste real true torture.
That'll teach them.
Yeah.
If you do that and it truly takes the next step in terms of being a mental block, you end up with something like this.
What happened? I don't know what happened. Why Bregman not back?
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
The World's Game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2-up early payouts so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pregame, straight match result bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you'll instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM's same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the World's Game. Don't miss your shot at an early win with 2-up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals, regardless of the final outcome of the match. Make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? No, really. Did you know just one drink can lower your inhibitions, slow reaction times, and reduce coordination? That single drink causes your judgment to be altered and makes it harder to track moving objects. The risk you take by getting behind the wheel is not worth your life or anyone else's. Call a cab.
Hey, I'm looking for a cab.
A ride share, a sober friend, or take public transit. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to always drive sober.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. That's how Prime members have saved over $2 billion on grocery and household items. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. Good afternoon. We've got a rough ride on the Hutch. First on the southbound side, right after Mill Road, a collision blocking a lane. Traffic is jammed there and backed up to Weaver Street in New Rochelle. Northbound side looks like another hit right before the Cross County. You're bumper to bumper there. Delays starting to back up into the Bronx. All of your purchase the outbound George pretty heavy aside from the Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound slam from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George still have some road work on the upper deck and running about 45 minutes using 8095 and 46. Definitely a bit better from the Route 4 approach. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 5 to 10. Outbound Holland 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity to the ice, Viking Pest Control brings that same level of protection to your home. And I know this because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play, so it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more right to your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works, and when you bundle pest control with mosquito services, you score big savings. We were out in the pool. It was a hot day yesterday. You want to be able to just enjoy yourself and not have flies and mosquitoes in your food and ants walking around just because you drop a morsel under the table. You want all that taken care of. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside now, because I guess you guys maybe have already realized this. The kids are sloppy. It's not like if they drop something, they're going to go under the table and get it.
You know what's
Next
amazing?
thing you know, there's a mound of ants going at a piece of bacon.
So we went to Moe's and we brought back chips, salsa, and everything else. Love Moe's. And some chips fell by the pool. We were all sitting around the pool. How fast the ants come, Don.
Oh,
you don't see them.
Speedy ants.
I didn't know I had an ant issue by the in the stonework. I was like, oh, it just fell. We turn around and it's like all of a sudden these ants are like carrying these chips back to
sometimes you don't notice that you drop something.
Apparently we have an issue.
It's an issue. So check out Viking. Let's check
sure.
you out. 1-800-919-3776. We had a search warrant out for this guy.
Who?
But he's back. Griffin in Connecticut.
Oh,
where the hell you been?
Well, you guys were all in on the Knicks and stuff, and I not big with the Knicks because I'm not a Knicks fan. And then I went on a cruise that last couple of weeks ago.
A
couple of weeks ago.
My man's back outside.
Tell us.
Grifster's back outside, baby.
So that's why I wasn't here.
So from where to where did this cruise go?
You hear his voice?
Oh, yeah.
He matured.
Oh, yeah.
We left from Miami and we went to Honduras and Belize.
Oh, wow.
You met somebody, didn't you?
Yeah, you hear it in his voice.
I can hear it in your voice.
No, I didn't meet anyone. Whoopie-doo! Nope.
All right, maybe you met somebody before the cruise.
You're giving an energy to that.
Yeah.
You're giving a vibe.
He didn't say no. Listen, we don't need to get in your personal life. I just want to make sure that you're happy.
Sometimes I'll have my shirt off because I get too hot. I am happy.
You hear that, though?
I am happy.
Yeah.
You actually look at, if you want to actually know,
No.
you could not have a better thing with the U.S. soccer happening on Wednesday. What else do people have to watch then? Yankees are on during the day.
Oh.
The Mets are on during the day.
Oh.
There's nothing else that is on. There's no WNBA playoffs at all. So I'm all into the soccer on Wednesday. Nothing is going to impact that at all, and that's what I'm happy about.
Yeah, we were thinking maybe Grifster had some movement for another reason.
Yeah,
the only thing that gives this man movement is sports.
We're not interested in the sports movement. We thought maybe there was other kind of.
I thought
movement.
he came back a man. I was very proud of him.
What did you? Hey Grifster, did you enjoy the Sophie Cunningham meme this weekend at least?
I have no clue what happened.
Oh, really? You didn't see the Sophie Cunningham thing moving around?
Yeah, she's pointing at everybody. It's the biggest thing on social media.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
All right. Yeah. All right.
I don't get it.
So what do you want to talk about?
No.
This nonsense was not on your radar. What did you want to talk
The
about?
reason I have a bathing suit on is in case we were going to go to the water.
So what's
What
going
was that?
It's an old drop, Griffin. So what's going on?
Don't confuse that.
What's going on?
What's on my mind is I understand, Dom, what you were saying, but my thing is NBC ended up deciding that they wanted to buy the rights for Sunday Night Baseball, for Major League Baseball. Now you're telling me that are they really much invested into that? Or are they more invested into a non-golf major or non-other stuff, that they're not really invested into baseball, that they're only going to air it when there's nothing else to air it. If there is something else to air it, they'll just air it on an app then.
Well,
they're not really
it was just, but Griffin,
into baseball.
listen, I love ripping into networks and all that, especially if it's a rival network to ours. But they could do two things at once. They just got screwed over by the fact that they had a rain delay. You know, I think the example that I give was way more egregious, that they schedule a playoff hockey game that can go into several overtimes and still think they can air the Kentucky Derby on the same day. That was egregious. This was a tournament that was supposed to be over well before 7 o'clock, and it wasn't. And they made the decision to go with the golf because obviously they wanted it. Apparently it was something CBS had. CBS had a conflict. It became available, and they gobbled it up.
Gobble, gobble.
And they thought they could do both, and the rain delay kind of screwed it over. And they made the numbers decision. And I know that frustrates baseball fans, especially here in New York, where I'm sure the Yankees would way outrate the Travelers. But the rest of the country, guess what? Baseball's a regional sport. As much as the Yankees and Red Sox are kind of a national team, the Red Sox are way out of it. It's June baseball. And as much to my chagrin, people dig golf. NBC, to their bottom line, did the right thing. And by doing so, they screwed over Yankee fans. And I think they're okay with that.
Yeah.
It's not that they disrespect baseball. It's not that they got confused and forgot they had Sunday Night Baseball. Just one of those things that happen.
It just sucked. Then the ending sucked. But it's annoying. That's all. It's part of the annoyance of what happens when the Yankees play in June.
I just want to congratulate everybody whose worst thing that happened this weekend was this, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty good life.
That means you had a great weekend.
That's a pretty good life.
I'll accept that.
It could be worse.
It's a great point.
You could be a Met fan.
Yeah. The Yankees don't have a mascot, and if they did, he wouldn't be dancing behind Meredith if Meredith was delivering something.
And you know what?
Something.
And Steve did the right thing.
Yes.
Meredith might have
cold-cocked him. Just turn around.
Talk about memes. I'm sure that would have been a great meme. Just see him fly backwards.
Just a right hook.
Let's go to how about Sharky on the Jersey Shore? You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Sharky?
What's up?
Hey, good afternoon, boys.
Since you're in the Jersey Shore, you coming to the Beach Bash on Thursday?
I'm up in the air because I might be leaving the Jersey Shore by then, but I'm going to try to do it.
All right, doesn't sound great.
I really want to.
We're going to be there Thursday. All day.
I know.
It's only going to be a shade over 100 degrees. We expect to see.
You know what? When we get there, it's going to get hotter.
There'll be water available, though. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anyway, great 2 weeks. I know most of your audience doesn't care about this. Between Wimbledon and the World Cup, was 32, 16 and quarters in the next 2 weeks. I only follow soccer every 4 years. So the big stars are stepping up right now. I probably only know 5 guys: Messi, Ronaldo, Kane, the kid from the United States, Pulisic, and Bobby. But the soccer's been great. Peter, for you, I'm also not a wrestling fan, but I have a cousin who's in the business. You know him. So I tune in whenever I can. And I saw you on whatever was going on Saturday with the steel cage match and the Saudi Arabia, wherever you guys were.
Yeah.
And I turned on the TV, and there's Peter right in the middle of two guys who I don't even know who they are.
Whoa.
And the young, handsome Peter Rosenberg is right there breaking down wrestling like I've never heard anybody break down wrestling before, and looking amazing while he was doing it with the sunglasses, the tie, and everything else. Kudos to you Mr. Rosenberg.
You looked great.
You took the show away.
Sunglasses, the whole thing. What a look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you look like a movie star.
I
agree. Thank you.
I agree.
Paul Newman or Robert Redford back in the day.
Sharky, you're too kind. You're as kind as Shark. Your name shouldn't be Sharky. It should be Bunny Rabbit.
Well,
you're a sweetheart.
If you wanted to see the opposite of that, Sharky, and thank you for the phone call, you should have checked out the pictures that Peter sent to us during the show on Friday.
Oh,
we watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
Those were
That was the opposite.
He said you were giving Paul Newman.
I love Sharky's a great guy, clearly. If you were to go through that call and try to pull out, I can just speak about part about me, and try to pull out what was a fact and what was either inaccurate or completely made up. The amount that was actually dead on accurate.
Do you remember his favorite soccer players? 5 of them. Named them. Go.
I think
Messi,
Plowsack. I think he.
I thought I heard him say Pusick.
No, I thought he went Plowsack.
He said
I think
Plowsack.
he said Pulisic was Plowsack.
Plowsack is it.
And then he got to me.
It's more of a move than a name.
Then he went
If
Bobby.
you were in Saudi Arabia or wherever you were, he said something uncomfortable about me being in the middle of two men, and then he said I was wearing sunglasses. Obviously not true in the middle of an indoor broadcast.
And you were something about something. It wasn't Mbappe, but it was something.
It was
close.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Oh wait, is that who?
When he said Bobby, he meant Mbappe, but it was still funny.
He said Bobby.
He said Bobby.
Bobby and Plowsack. We made. You know what? This is.
Or maybe he meant Bobby Blowsack.
Hold on, Anthony. I know this is rare, but I believe later in the show,
sure,
we should replay this entire call.
Wow. Okay.
And here's what I want you to do, Anthony, because you know the most. I want you to have the ding sound ready.
Okay.
And I want you to ding every single thing that's either not true or possibly not true.
I can do that.
It might be something.
And you have to buzzer the misses.
We'll have it for
and
ENN.
ding the
How does that sound?
And also, it was great. Sharky was great. I don't mean to.
Sharky's cool though.
We love Shark.
He's
a Sharkster.
Yeah. It's been forever since I've watched The Simpsons. But who was the drunk at Moe's?
Barney.
Yeah, Barney.
But he sounded like sober Barney.
Well, and his facts were kind of like sober Barney as well.
Or not like sober, but he was more drunk Barney with the facts, but more sober in the way he sounded.
Okay.
Please call back. That was come to the beach patch. We'll put
Sharky,
you on.
come on, man.
That was great stuff.
You brought it.
1-800-919-3776. Your thoughts on this? Your thoughts on
Bobby,
the NBC, Bobby and Plowsack, and all of them. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
David Stern should be ashamed of himself. His unbelievably inept way to put together a roster has cost a really good guy a job. There has to be a sense of relief when it comes to Carlos Mendoza. Why would you even want to continue to manage a team like this? An absolute joke.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York
The Yankees are under pressure, and it's more pressure on Aaron Judge than it is any other athlete in this market because of what Brunson has done. He'll never be accepted as one of the greats until he wins a title.
And this is the time, because the American League stinks. Everybody just assumes, kind of like the Knicks, that the National League is that much better, like they did about the Western Conference.
Take that easy path. Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
New York City, get ready as Fanatics Fest returns to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th, right in the middle of the biggest sports weekend of the summer. With more than 500 athletes and celebrities, every major league, and hundreds of thousands of fans for the ultimate sports fan experience. Get your exclusive merch, rare trading cards, free photo ops, and a full tailgate zone all weekend long. Grab your tickets before they're gone at fanaticsfest.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Refresh your yard this summer with 4th of July savings from the Home Depot. Choose your power starting at $99 with tools from trusted names like Ryobi and Milwaukee. From backyard get-togethers to end-of-summer upgrades, 4th of July savings on cordless tools deliver the power and mobility to keep up with every job without slowing you down. Power on the go is here, and summer projects are easier than ever with the Home Depot. While supplies last, see store or online for details.
Soccer fans, join me, Ray Santiago of DiPietro Rothenberg, and RJ Santillo for a watch party presented by Rothenberger Pilsner on Monday, June 29th. Watch the 4:30 match at Ainsley Bowery on the Lower East Side and enjoy Pilsner perfection since 1872 from the first German Pilsner. Come out, grab a cold Rothenberger, and join the energy with ESPN New York. That's me, Ray Santiago, and RJ Santillo, live at Ainsley Bowery on Monday, June 29th. Brought to you by Rothenberger Pilsner.
Soccer fans, join RJ Santillo and Ray Santiago of DiPietro and Rothenberg today. That's Monday, June 29th, for a watch party presented by Rothenberger Pilsner. Watch the 4:30 match at the Isley Bowery on the Lower East Side. Enjoy Pilsner perfection since 1872 from the first German Pilsner. Come out, grab a cold Rothenberger, and join the energy with ESPN New York. That's RJ Santillo and Ray Santiago live
Him too.
At the Ainsley Bowery today, Monday, June 29th, brought to you by Rothenberger Pilsner. They've had a good time, man, and they've had some great showings. I think it's like their third or fourth one.
So the 4:30 game is fittingly Germany and Paraguay.
That makes sense.
That's very fitting.
I'm sure our place, they've got the game today, right? Not just Stout, but our other place. Platt Deutsch is probably
Platt Deutsch,
right?
Oh, forget it. Yes. No air conditioning, and everybody's going to love it.
Well, that was our pre-beach bash was going out to
that got us ready. We got us conditioned.
That was going to be because it's going to be a hot one. But listen, we've been assured that there'll be water available for you.
I think so.
So you stay hydrated.
How about a hose?
You might not mind it.
We're working on a mist. We're working on a mist situation.
A misting station.
We'd like a mist because they're saying it's going to be like there's some sort of it's like an unusual thing. It's not just a high temperature. The hot air is going to be
and humidity,
and the hot air is going to be like trapped in under this system.
But don't scare people off.
No,
it's going to be great.
What do you mean? It's going to be awesome.
Hold on, but what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to lie to our people. We're going to get hot together. We're going to get weird. It's going to get weird. It's going to get wet. It's going to get weird. It's going to be a special day. You're also off work the next day. It's the start of a beautiful.
And the next few days because it's a Thursday, off Friday, and then you got Saturday, Sunday.
Let's be real. A lot of people are taking like Wednesday on.
Yeah.
So.
Now I'm going to say something to you guys right now, and it could get met with mixed reaction.
Okay.
I'm not going to be wearing the clown suit on Thursday.
Well,
it's too hot.
That's why.
Do you agree with me now? And this isn't a knock on Peter.
Hold on. I'd like the chance to finish.
Okay.
As someone who, unlike Michael, has actually paid out gross bets before.
Very true.
Thank you.
What did you eat?
No, crickets.
Crickets. Yeah, that's not nothing.
Here's what I'm thinking. Hear me out, folks. To give a little more zhuzh to what we're doing, the bets, right, which is about the football. We pay off the bet the Thursday, or what is it, Wednesday this year? Whatever day we decide is the start of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever, my guess is that would be either the Thursday or the Friday, because we're going to do the picks. And we make that the actual date of the thing.
Okay.
We build to it. We have a drop that's appropriate to play for the name of that show. You can guess which drop it is.
Clown show.
And we build towards the clown show, and we pay it off as we lead right into the picks for 2026. I think it actually in some ways makes more sense. That's my case.
I don't hate it.
If you don't like that, I have another option.
Well, hold on. I want to hear Don's reaction to mine before he gets another option.
Yeah, I don't hate it. You, Don?
Yeah, I despise it. Because, again, we just don't. We're so weak and feeble. I don't even know why we do punishments.
What?
Look, I've been saying that.
We're the show of timeout. We just time out. I want to bring the belt back. And no, you just stand in the corner like Blair Witch and don't worry about it. We don't want to harm anybody. This is supposed to be about punishment. This is the perfect time. 104 degrees. The makeup is smeared all over his face. He's pitted out.
Makeup was never going to happen.
He's crotched out. Everything.
Was makeup in conversation?
I don't think, Peter, I don't think you were ever going to wear makeup. I
don't know that.
I have an idea.
Because we're the show of woke.
The show of woke.
So,
that makes sense.
Interesting. Now, Peter, I don't know if you've heard about this. Dave is almost apoplectic about it. If I'm not mistaken, we're attempting a couch cast this year.
Yeah, have you heard about it?
That's possibly centered around Giants Commanders.
That is right. It's on the table.
That, to me, seems like an opportunity.
But that's so far out.
To wear a clown suit.
No, that is possible. But that's all the way out.
It is far out. We're already into the next season. I get it.
It's the middle of next season.
Listen, what's another couple months?
You might already be on your way to another punishment by that time.
But I think if we were to actually start, I think the idea of doing the punishment as we're starting the new picks, I don't think that's that crazy an idea. Now Don's also going back against himself too, because I believe it was Don himself who a couple of weeks ago said, if it's going to be obscenely hot, he shouldn't do the clown that day. I swear, I think you said that.
He did say that, not for the whole show, definitely.
Yeah,
he definitely said that.
I should only do it for ENN because it's going to be too much.
But now, listen.
You put it on at the end.
Just have fun.
I've been on Don's side of this for a while, though. There's one person here that really has paid off a bet fully.
But we know Don wants punishment. He likes it. It's
Peter,
called
you
S&M.
I'm not going to put you in here. You always pay off your bets. Whether they're good or not good is up to the interpretation of Don. Alan's got a tattoo with the New York Mets on his bicep. So
he can't be talking.
All right, here's my idea.
He did it.
All right. Do it for ENN.
At the beach bash.
Yeah.
Like you have to come out, grand entrance.
No, you know,
hold on.
Wait.
What do you mean?
Do what you want.
No.
Wait,
Just hear me out. This is my problem. All right, just guarantee me this. All right. Do it. The first day, the symmetry, the excitement of opening day, Wednesday, Australia, all that. Our punishment moving forward is going to be the two guys that didn't finish in last
sleep together.
Get to go and that'll be the punishment because then that's fun, right? Who's going to get that out? Because that's what we're down to now. Is that it's again the show of timeout. Timeout.
Clown show.
No, for the record,
you're.
I would heat stroke out because that's entertaining to me. Will Peter pass out? That's the show.
Right.
That's what makes it fun. Remember, I want David Cohn to throw baseballs at my back because that's punishment. I wanted a dunk tank full of mayonnaise. That's punishment.
Yeah, that was.
He's wearing a tattoo. That's punishment. Eating crickets, punishment. Dressing up in full Ranger uniform at a Ranger game with helmet, stick, pads, everything. That's a punishment.
Okay. I mean, it worked out.
But then we go to Whoppers that are delicious. To now
dyeing your hair that makes you look better.
Yeah, but that was another Michael Bennett. He dyed his hair. He hasn't stopped since.
It was the beginning of dyeing his hair.
So nah.
No.
And you got to sit in the corner.
No.
Sit
for like a segment.
For a second.
Because we don't make it all day because that'll be a problem.
I don't get a say?
Alan,
I'll give him my say.
I know you did.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I said I didn't hate his idea.
Right. Didn't say you liked it.
I said I didn't hate it. The original, I believe, bet included the beach bash. That was it.
Well, that's where I paid off my.
It was unclear when the bet was made, but that's where we've gone.
I thought that's what the idea was, is that at the biggest event with the most people present physically, right?
Yes.
But I have a hunch that perhaps if we waited till the eve of the NFL season, we might have a bigger audience, viewer-wise. And that might be a bigger hit. Now it could be more comfortable because you'd probably be in this situation and here. And it's not hot and you're not miserable, but you still have to look the way you look.
Or we could even
single on you versus on that big stage. It's a lot harder, don't you think, Don?
There is. I thought about that too. There's some
to keep the single on him. To me, the more of him looking like the clown, better.
Okay.
And the more people that see it, better. Okay. And it's right before the NFL season, which means it's fresh in everyone's mind that we're about to make bets. And this guy lost last year.
I will say this.
Versus in the midst of, let me just finish.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
In the midst of the insanity that is the beach bash, where anything goes and anything can happen.
It's also a holiday weekend. Not everyone's watching us.
He gets lost in the whole mayhem. It's almost like Don, you always like to wear something flashy, right?
Yes.
Last year you wore something, a beautiful outfit he had on.
He performs.
So now you have an outfit on that already is standing out. Now this is a guy in a clown suit, and it's just suddenly becomes
right. And then Don gets on stage and does his concert, and I'm wearing the which is at the same time, by the way, ENN, and I'm sitting. It's a little distracting.
I feel like it's not as much. It's almost novelty compared to right before the season starts. You and I look normal, act normal. And then this guy has to sit in a clown suit where we have a single shot of him.
And we count down, 10 days until
and
clown
people,
show,
yes,
clown show, clown show.
And I'm looking at it, the more embarrassment, the better. And while he might be miserable and sweaty and gross, it would be probably more embarrassing for it to be 4 hours of him sitting in the clown suit. The whole show.
The whole show.
With a single camera on him with... We're talking about a much larger audience.
No, it makes sense.
I mean, because I will say this. I mean,
that's what I feel.
The fall is the beginning. The football season is, as we always think of it, the beginning of the radio season as well, right?
Well, sure, it's fall.
I mean, we're in summertime.
But again, and the last thing I'll say is this: is that you really, really don't want to not only see Peter a sweaty mess. We have to be up on the stage. I don't want to smell it.
I'm not a smelly man.
I don't want to smell it.
I'm not a man with stench.
Listen, clown suit on, anything goes.
Mustafa El Sheikh says 1, 2, 3. Let's be wimps.
Well, listen, it's what everybody wants. So I will cave and do what you guys think is best.
Do you hear the sadness?
Alan made some very cogent points.
I feel it's almost more embarrassing.
Well, he doesn't believe you. He thinks we're a failure. He's made up his mind.
But I just think I think you can get an audience when people think they might see heat stroke. How many people have actually seen it?
What does it look like?
How will he react?
Yeah, what are
the symptoms for Peter?
What's his clown suit made of? Wool? Like what?
You know what? Here's the question.
It would be if I was wearing it.
Well, listen. The question I have for you guys right now is: can you bet on whether or not I come in the clown suit? And I'll tell you what. It's the clown suit. I said.
No,
that's not what you said.
I didn't say clown suit, did I? Because we're not going to.
No, something else.
It's what you said leading up.
I don't think you can bet on that.
I hope you don't do that.
Yeah, we're just hoping for sweat in the suit.
Now. On the biggest stage of the world, FanDuel's changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Well, not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your player subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. Your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. 21 plus, physically present in New York for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Eric Chavez had some very interesting things to say about the Mets on the EC3 podcast. We'll get into that. We've got the weekend recap coming up at 4:30, ENN at 6. We're out at 6:30. Then it's Mets baseball on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
The 2026 U.S. Open Tennis Championships are back, where the world's greatest city meets the world's greatest tennis players. Fan Week begins August 23rd. Experience the Mixed Doubles Championship on the 25th and 26th. And the U.S. Open Singles Championship starts Sunday, August 30th. All tickets on sale now at usopen.org. The U.S. Open, spectacular awaits.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Congratulations to the New York Knicks. They are the 2026 NBA champions. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas,
It's Charlie time.
yeah.
It's totally time.
Mets open up a series with the Blue Jays. Coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. And the Yankees are back home to face the Tigers at 7:05. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. You know, we talk about the embarrassment of the Mets. They dropped 2 out of 3 to Philly. Did get Lindor back, but they gave him the day off yesterday. Ended up losing that game. Heartbreaking fashion, but at this point, really, heart's already broken.
Yeah, please.
Season's already
Could it be
over.
any more broken?
The only thing really to pay attention to now is who stays and who goes as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline. But Eric Chavez, of course, you know him, baseball forever, had some very interesting things to say about the Mets. You know he's pretty connected to the organization, to everything around Major League Baseball. He said on how Stearns fired him, because remember, he used to be a bench coach for the Mets, via phone.
I knew changes were coming. I didn't know the whole staff was going to be let go. Yeah, and he calls me. And I say, hey, David, what's up? And we talked about this, I think, before, too. And he goes, not having a good day. I said, okay, what's up, dude? He goes, well, we're going to go in a different direction. And I go, okay. And he goes, and he hangs up the phone, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like there's no, thanks for what you did. Thanks for the hard work. Like, and coaches, man, they put in the hours. Like as a coach, I'd never been so exhausted in my life those 4 years I was coaching. And just kind of the lack of personal connect, gratitude, appreciation. For me, it's just, well, we're just going to move on and it is what it is. And, that was the 4 strike for me, of like, this isn't the dude. This isn't the right guy. I don't know where it came from. I don't know who built him up.
I'm telling you, this is the byproduct of analytics. When you hide behind the numbers, when you hide behind a desk, you lose that personal touch. Never talked to Buck Showalter when he was let go, when he got the job. Basically tells Eric, hey, we're moving in a different direction, hangs up the phone. There's got to be some sort of bedside manner. The only time I was ever let go from any job, I was laid off at IATA, which was an internet radio station I worked at back in 99, 2000. Dave Herman was the program director.
All right.
The famous DJ. And then if you look at his Wikipedia page, things went south. He's no longer with us, but ended up being a really bad guy. I won't go into the details. You can find it out yourself.
Okay.
But even he had the bedside manner. He called. I remember answering the phone, and he's like, Don, there are good days and there are bad days in this business. Today is a bad day. Wow. We're downsizing, and we're unfortunately going to have to let you go.
Jeez.
Listen, there's no easy way to do it, but at least he, acknowledged the fact, hey, it's not a good day. Not, hey, we're going in a different direction. Yeah, all right, bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Stearns was saying, yeah, it's a bad day for me. I got to let people go. Like, almost like, feel bad for me. I know he's a former baseball player, millionaire, but, he did a job. I'm sure he didn't want to get let go. But there's a personal touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
of course.
So he doesn't have that. But listen, if he's winning games, fans don't care about that. Let's see. He talked about David Stearns was not the right guy for the job.
Stearns was the wrong hire, and I think, we can kind of dive into, his huge contract, 5 years, $50 million, with really, and we've talked about this before about, climbing the totem pole and achieving certain things and kind of earning your way to the top. He came from Milwaukee, built a great farm system, didn't really accomplish anything. And I want to know who told Steve Cohen that this guy was the next guy, right? Without even accomplishing anything. And I think that's where we kind of fault. We come up a little short in baseball is we award players, the greatest whatever. We're quick to jump the gun on people without having them be proven.
Somebody got in his ear because why would he know?
Clearly.
David Stearns. So who was it? Was it Major League Baseball? I still believe my conspiracy theory is it was baseball. Because they knew he was coming from a small market. They wanted somebody that was going to really control the purse strings for Cohen so he wouldn't spend like a drunken sailor. I would not be surprised if Major League Baseball recommended him. Hey, he's under contract, but he's a New York guy, grew up a Met fan.
Again, you come in as the wealthiest owner in the sport, and they approve you. And then I'm sure that's like, all right, well, what are you going to do? Because I'm sure part of the approval process is how you're going to run the team. Like, what do you plan on doing? Who you plan on hiring? And if if you need any help, we've got a list of candidates that I think would be great for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll consider these names. I'm sure that's what it was about. Look, Chavez just told you something that we already knew. I mean, at least Chavez got a call.
Yeah.
Buck Showalter didn't get a call. Nothing, right?
Yeah.
At least he got a call.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Here's the thing. Did you see Bill Madden had a great column, and in it he eviscerated Stearns. But he said a couple of things that really stood out to me from what he knew. There's 26 people in the analytics department with the Mets now.
Mm-hmm.
There's 8 that are called data scientists.
Okay. Sounds a little bit
You know how many pro scouts he employs?
How many?
4.
No.
And
It
you
doesn't matter.
know how often they talk with him?
No idea.
Never. He never talks to his pro scouts.
And you know what that is?
He has 4. He has 26 people running numbers. 8 of them he gives a title called data scientist. 4 guys who are actually out in the field watching players, giving input, or supposed to be, about talent. Things that are not just numbers, but what your eye tells you about a guy and the way he carries himself on the field, what he does, like all those things that tell you he's special. Like why in Yankee land they're raving about George Lombard Jr. Not because of what he's doing, because he's not hitting right now at AAA, but because of what he does defensively, how he carries himself after a bad day, his next at-bat after an awful day. That's the stuff that scouts see. Stearns has no time for this.
And soon it'll be none.
So doesn't that concern
can't
you?
Cover anything, and it's all guys that are probably still under contract.
But doesn't that
want to
concern
eat
you?
their contract. Yeah, of course, because it's not about feel. It's not about how former players, because most of these scouts are former players
who know the game,
and watch and can find a winner. Like a former player would scout Brunson and say he's a winner. Forget about the analytics. Forget about the size. I'm watching him. He's a winner. We should draft him. We should sign him. But the analytics, the numbers will say, no, we're not going to draft him because he's too small.
They find all the reasons. No,
you know, this guy, we're looking for a right-handed hitter. He's a left-handed hitter. They'll give you. There was an analytical stat that like blew my mind. So last night the Mets had an opener, all right, who they wanted a lefty to face the lefties, Schwarber and Harper.
Mm-hmm.
But the numbers were like one was 5 for 5, the other one was 3 for
exactly.
So it's almost like, listen, the numbers they want these numbers to work. They'll manipulate them to make them work. Now this is kind of a long cut, but I do think it's important. Chavez talked about Stearns letting Soto do as he pleased.
When we signed Juan, and I love Juan, by the way. Juan will give you the shirt off his back. Mm-hmm. I think he's one of the coolest human beings, just a really good person. But he struggled the first 2 months emotionally, right? And I don't blame him. Big move going from the Yankees. Maybe had a little bit of buyer's remorse. It's all going to work out. Juan's going to the Hall of Fame. You know, I even tabbed him to be an MVP type of player, and he's going off. Like, he's hitting-wise, he's unreal. But he struggled. And in between innings, he would run from the outfield and go sit in the batting cage on a couch and not be in the dugout with a teammate, right? And like I said, I'm not throwing Juan. This isn't a Juan issue, right? This is a leadership, lack of accountability from the top down. And we had an assistant GM who would sit there with him. The assistant GM would sit there with him and kind of coddle him and, you know, tap him on the shoulder without saying, hey, dude, how about getting in the dugout with your teammates, right? And so I brought this up to Stearns. And I said, this is a huge problem because now younger players, who we have younger players on the team, they're seeing this. And your guys are allowing this. And he goes, well, those players need to learn that they're not Juan Soto.
Mm.
Oh, but see, you know what's interesting? That tail end. No, let's analyze this a little further.
Yeah, that last part is what got me.
That last little bit's different. Because I'm listening to it and I'm going, because I had saw it on social media, but I didn't hear the whole cut. And I'm thinking, oh, this is so typical Mets, right? They had to give him the sweet. If you don't say no, if all you do is say yes, it's very difficult to say no. It's like having a spoiled child. You give them everything you want, and all of a sudden you say no to them, and they freak out, so you end up saying yes to everything because they're spoiled brats. And I'm not saying that Soto's not a spoiled brat, but that tail end, like the rest of the players need to know they're not Juan Soto. That's no different than letting when Bill Parcells let LT do whatever he wants, and then the answer would be, well, you know, he's LT. Like sports has always been preferential treatment to the best players.
Yes.
Hey, we all love Wayne Gretzky, right? Wasn't he flying private with McNabb on away games? He wasn't with the rest of the team on the charter. When he went to the Los Angeles Kings, he was flying with Bruce McNabb to Jersey and New York. Why? Because he's Wayne Gretzky.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting, before we just destroy the Mets on how they were treating Soto, and I don't like the preferential treatment, but isn't that kind of the way sports is? If you're going to give him the sweet and you're going to treat him as he's special, where do you draw the line? Or is there no line?
No,
hey, I need that kind of production. I gave him 15 years. Hey, I'm going to do whatever I can.
But the understanding there is that's why then you need to make sure that if you're going to let Juan be Juan, somebody else has to be a stronger leader in the room so that no one thinks that's for everyone. You need a guy in the room that says that to young players who might start cutting corners and go, you're not him.
Right.
You're not him. You can't do that. Right? But that's the part, again, where numbers don't talk about that stuff. Numbers don't talk about the importance of the strong leadership and all that and why that's important. But that leader can't be that he can't be the anti to Soto. He's got to be an ally to Soto. So I'm providing cover for Soto, but I'm also making sure that I'm keeping the room in check.
But it's hard to do because
it's not easy. Look, Machado didn't like it.
Hey,
like they had a hard time in San Diego with Soto.
And maybe you're starting to see the rift between Lindor and Soto. Because maybe Lindor was the big guy on campus, and now somebody else comes in, and now the assistant general manager's sitting with him and not Lindor.
Well, who's to say that Lindor didn't say, "Why is he in the back? What are you doing back there?"
Right.
Why
Or maybe Lindor didn't want that treatment. All I keep looking back at, and Peter mentioned it a couple weeks ago, like what can we learn from the Knicks? As great a player as Brunson is, did he ever pull any of these antics?
No, I can tell you he's never been like that.
And how big would that have been, as much as Eric doesn't want to throw any shade at Soto? Like, how big would it be if Soto was like, I don't need all this crap. We're all together. Let's go out there. Let's win as a team. That's what Brunson did.
That absolutely changed.
I'm not asking him to take less money like Brunson did, but just to say, hey, we're all in this together. We all have our roles. I might be the best player on the team, but that doesn't matter because maybe Cat needs to be the best player on this given moment.
It changes the room. I've been there. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it in the locker room. I've seen it tear a locker room up. I've seen a player who comes in, he gets the biggest contract. He's a super talented player. He gets everything he wants, but he's kind of aloof. He's not really like one of these locker room type guys that likes to shoot the stuff and all that. He doesn't that's not who he is. But he shows up and he plays, right? But because he's not like that, and he makes all the money, players still have that issue with this guy. He carries himself as if he's better than us. He's not among us. He's not with us. So there's a disconnect in the room. And now you're on the ice, and every time you get frustrated, you can't say anything to him. You can't talk to him because there's that disconnect. And that messes with the team. I've seen it. And I've seen a captain try to cover for him, and I've seen a captain then say, I've had enough, and say, I can't cover for him anymore. And then the whole team turns on him, and now – instead of it being a team that can play up to his potential, that team fell flat. Yeah. I've seen it. And so what's happening with the Mets shouldn't be a surprise for that alone, right there, for what Chavez is saying.
And that's a handful.
I've literally seen it with my own eyes in a locker room. I've experienced it.
But honestly, it's not even rocket science, right?
And it's not like the guys hate the guy.
No.
It's just something, the connection is missing. And all it takes that one piece. It's like when Cat came in, Towns came in with the Knicks is another example. And in the beginning, because Randall was the guy that was causing that little bit of friction. Like, I don't know what mood this guy's going to be in every day. Cat comes in and he's just happy every day. His teammates fell in love with him easily. And then little by little, that team just got really close.
But in a world
Randall
of analytics.
was a guy that would just, every day you're like, is he happy today? Is he bad? Can I joke with him today? Or if I
Right, so as good as he was, the team camaraderie isn't there.
It never was complete. You can't have 14 guys and then one guy.
So
you know what I mean? You have to have 15 or it doesn't work.
Well, that's part of the magic of what the Knicks have been, is that it's not 1 + 1 + 1 = 1. It's 1 + 1 = 3 sometimes. And that, in the case of the Knicks, I put that roster on paper. No one's picking them to win the championship.
Of course not.
And with this Mets team,
but that's the beauty
you put them on paper and you go, oh, they could win a championship,
Peter,
but there's no connectivity there.
2 years ago, around this time of year, that kid sings OMG after a game. They all went out and sang with him.
Right.
What did it do?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, the room just had a different vibe about it. They connected, and then they went on a run. They were not that good, but they just had a moment, and they got on a run, and they felt right because you weren't missing someone. Everybody got in that, right? That's valuable. There is not an analytic, though, that can quantify it. There's not a single one.
No. Nope.
And that's what this is about
and
right now.
It doesn't always have to be this way. Like, Judge is a huge player, right? Do we ever hear of the preferential treatment for him, how he's separate?
No, he doesn't want that either.
We all joked about Steve Phillips, why the Mets didn't go the extra mile financially for Alex Rodriguez. Remember what he said?
Yeah.
I don't want, because at the time with the 25-man roster, I don't want the 24+1 scenario.
It's a real
thing.
And
that's what the Mets have. The Mets have a 24+1 scenario where
there's
everybody
analytic.
else in their Soto.
There's your analytic.
Yeah.
There it is, right there. How do you solve that equation?
But you know what, to me, if you think about it, and it doesn't hold true with the Giants because the Giants were a good team without LT. But listen, LT got them to 2 Super Bowls, right? And they did change everything. But once they got the Super Bowls, they had other good players. But where were the Giants before they drafted them in 81? Nowhere. And then all of a sudden, Lawrence Taylor comes in. They're a perennial playoff team. They win a couple of Super Bowls. And Bill Parcells let LT do whatever he wanted. Where were the Los Angeles Kings before they got Wayne Gretzky?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They were just
Bruce
team.
McDowell's like, all right, I need the 24. I need, well, I guess it wouldn't be the 19 plus 1 scenario, whatever, for the
Gretz
roster.
wasn't really a +1, though.
No, but I'm saying we need to go the extra mile because the Yankees were able to say no to Soto because they were a good team before him. They're a good team after him. Okay. They know that they don't have to bend over backwards and be a slut to keep him. Right? Let's be honest.
All right.
Let's be honest. Where were the Mets? Mets went far, but the Mets think, I need Soto because where are we without Soto? We've got to give him the sweet. What if he says no? Where are we going to go?
They wanted to
There's plenty of analogies I can throw out there.
They
guys.
wanted to
There's
win the
one that I say off the air all the time. I can't say it on the air, but, some don't have to and some have to. The Mets have to. The Kings had to. The Giants had to. Right? And the Mets have to. That's just the way it works.
Yep.
And because the analytics are like, we don't need them all to get along. Like, the difference with basketball, though, is that there is a chemistry. You got to make it work because you pass to each other. He's the point guard. He's got to make it work. Soto's got to get his 4 at-bats, catch what's hit to him. There's a little less chemistry on the field than there is in basketball. Fair. But as we've seen, there's still chemistry of everybody feeling like, hey, he's my teammate, not some superstar that shows up every once in a while. You know what I mean?
I agree. But especially when the room doesn't have a leader.
Right.
You always look to your best player.
When it does get a little off the rails, there's somebody to kind of bring it all back.
That's it.
Who's bringing it all back? It's not Mendoza. He's gone.
But they don't
it's
have
not
a beacon.
Stearns. He's up in a room behind a computer.
No, they don't. And I've said this. I was saying this going back to 2 years when they were falling apart last year. I said, something's wrong with that room. They're missing something. They don't have bedrock. They don't have a foundation. Something that when it all gets crazy, we can all put our feet down here and know this is our standard. It doesn't exist there. And that, again, put that at the feet of David Stearns. He did not recognize the value of leadership when it comes to building his team. He thought that Simeon was a guy known to be a good clubhouse guy, a vet, that he'll keep things in line. He'll align with whoever the veterans are on that team. That's what he expected. The problem is, as everybody knows, every pro, no matter what sport they play, will tell you, I can't lead if I'm not playing. If I'm hurt, especially if I'm a new guy, I can't come in and tell people how to act when I'm not playing because I'm hurt. It's impossible to do. So you got a guy that's hurt a lot. You ask him to be a leader. He can't. So it failed. It failed miserably.
So interesting stuff. When we come back, we've got the weekend recap. Then we'll get to your calls at 1-800-919-3776 on this and a myriad of other things that we need to get to from over the weekend. But you got some rings to talk about.
Well, rings in for sure because doors in, gorgeous, beautiful. The room is now on its way. And this probably when it's done is going to be great. But the door itself that we got from Rings In is what brings it all together. Beautiful French door. Opens out. You ever see a French door opens out?
Oh, yeah.
Like, usually everybody has them open in. We had this one open out onto the patio, out to the pool. Gorgeous view and beautifully installed by my guy, Michael and Zach Weldon, my guys who have done the construction work. But Rings End is where we got the door. Why do we go to Rings End? Because they have an extensive inventory of built-to-last high-end product lines that contractors like my guy Michael rely on. So I've talked about Rings End a lot. This is the time of year people like to do projects around the house. They have windows and doors, stuff to redo your kitchen, anything you need to upgrade and update your home. They have 8 full-service lumber yards, by the way, in Connecticut and Westchester County, and 12 freestanding paint centers as well. They're family-owned and operated since 1902. They are not a national chain, by the way. They are local, Northeast, regional expertise. They know exactly what your house needs, what this area calls for. And by the way, if you can't make it to a store, you can shop online. Just go to ringsend.com. That's ringsend.com.
All right, calls later on, but this next segment is about the weekend recap. We're going to take up until 6:30, then it's Mets baseball on ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Mendoza out, Andy Green, the Mets' new skipper. You wanted your pound of flesh. People were freaking out. It may not be the firing that you wanted, because that might be Stearns, but big move for the Mets right now. What's going to happen is this is going to expose the GM more. And what's next, you're going to have to decide is what are we doing with the GM of this team? Are we keeping or are we not keeping David Stearns?
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
The World's Game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2-up early payouts so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pregame, straight match result bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you'll instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM's same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the World's Game. Don't miss your shot at an early win with 2-up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals, regardless of the final outcome of the match. Make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Listen up. Fanatics Fest returns to the Javits Center July 16th through the 19th for 4 days of nonstop action right in the middle of the biggest sports weekend of the summer. See more than 500 athletes and celebrities, including Aaron Judge, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, and hundreds more. All at the world's #1 sports fan festival. Tickets are on sale now. Grab yours before they're gone at fanaticsfest.com.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
I can't believe the deal we got on these seats for the game.
Wow, they must be pretty high up here. I think my ears just popped.
Yeah, here, put this on.
Is that an oxygen mask?
An official team oxygen mask.
Well, I can kind of see the field.
Good, your senses are still sharp. You're going to need them for phase 2 of the ascent.
Don't save money by sitting in the nosebleeds. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and 0% APR for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends June 30th, 2026.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got a big issue in the Bronx. Cross Bronx westbound shut down by 3rd Avenue. A pickup truck hauling a trailer went up in flames. Everything extinguished. FDNY is still on the scene. They got to do some cleanup. Traffic is stopped there from the Bruckner inbound George. Still have some road work on the upper deck. Should be picking up pretty soon. About a 30 to 40 minute ride using 8095. Cross Bronx eastbound keeps you jammed with everybody stopping to take a look with that issue by 3rd Avenue. Yanks are also home tonight in the Bronx. Probably want to give yourself a generous head start. Outbound Lincoln will run you 15 to 20. Outbound Holland 20 to 30. Some pockets of slowdowns at the Tappan Zee Bridge getting into Rockland County. Delays go back on to 287 on the Westchester side. This report is sponsored by America 250. To celebrate America's 250th anniversary, they're coming together coast to coast. Get involved with live events and more. Visit America250.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Save more
score on what you need to get the job done right now at Lowe's. Get 15% off select custom entry and interior doors. Plus, save $80 on the DeWalt 20-volt Max 2-tool combo kit, now just $169. And at the Lowe's Pro Desk, bring us your materials list and get a quote in minutes. Handwritten, a photo, or even a sticky note is all you need. Keep your jobs moving faster and on budget at Lowe's. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
It's now time for your weekend recap brought to you by Neutral.
Yeah, baby.
And the NHL draft happened over the weekend, and Islander fans and Devil fans were upset that there wasn't a lot of things done, but that doesn't mean everything has to be done on draft day. There's still all summer for things to get done. But the big local team over the weekend that made something happen were the New York Rangers. Pavel Dorofeyev's not nothing. He's a great left winger. Obviously, the Golden Knights didn't have room to give him a contract. The Rangers did, so they not only trade for him, but they extend him. He's a really, really good player. A ton of playoff experience as well. And the Rangers gave up a first-round pick that was originally from the Dallas Stars in 2026. First-round pick, 2026, and a projected top 10 protected in 2028. It's amazing to me. Like 2028 is reasonable, but like even in the NBA, all these deals like 2031, 2033. It's like, do you really think you're going to be around for that? Like, not every general manager's like Brian Cashman that has the job for decades, right? But that's kind of the price of doing business. But he's a really nice player, left-handed shot, left-handed winger that can score. 30-plus goals on a team.
80 goals
power
in the last
play
two
guy.
games? The last two seasons, 80 goals about?
Yeah,
right?
So he is I think that's a really good get for the Rangers. A slow burn for them, but they still feel like they have some pieces in place that if they can get some goal scoring with Shesterkin in net, that they can possibly be a playoff team. I'm telling you, that Atlantic is wide open. Capitals did a lot over the last few days to get better. You already know Carolina's the gold standard. They're the defending Stanley Cup champions. So the Rangers kind of want to keep up with the Joneses a little bit. That's a nice move for them. So you might have missed it over the weekend with Yankees, Red Sox, World Cup, but it was a pretty cool moment for the Rangers on Friday.
It's a good move. Certainly, they needed to see something out of Drury to try to advance the cause. That was good to see. There was concern. You mentioned the Islanders and Devils. There's some concern in Islander land right now because Matthew Darche, who was very honest, said, I was trying to make moves. Couldn't do it. And he mentioned no trades as sort of part of the issue. Yeah. And I'm wondering, does he mean no trades like I couldn't get somebody that would come to us, or I can't move guys on my own roster from contracts that were given by the previous guy?
Yeah.
And I was going to include them in a deal, and they wouldn't waive the no trade.
I think that's probably the latter's probably the answer.
Probably the answer, right? So how do you get anything? Like, that's the problem is, like, Darche comes in with plans, and I want to do things, and can't because of these contracts.
I know.
And that's
the new thing.
Because you could tell he wanted to remake that right. He can't.
And I wish I could find it, but again, it's just it's not exact numbers, but they're talking about the no movement clauses in other sports, and like hockey's got like 4 times as many as any other sport.
Like, the NBA, I don't think anybody has one anymore.
It's a part of especially some of the smaller market teams that hey, I can't. There's only so much money I can give you, but I'll tell you what. Limited no trade clause, no movement clause too, because sometimes when these contracts are bad in the cap year, you send a guy down. Right. Can't do that anymore,
right?
Because the no movement clause doesn't allow that. And then what makes it even worse is like some guys, I'll go to 3 teams. I'll go to Florida, Tampa, and Carolina. Okay, right. And it makes it very difficult for the new GM, and both the Devils and the Islanders have new general managers. Darche has been here a year. Sonny's been here just a couple of weeks. But kind of the same thing. Plus,
what'd you think of I wasn't here for the Nemec move. What'd you think of that?
Well, the feeling was they couldn't keep both Hamilton and Nemec, and again, he was a second-round pick, but Sonny didn't draft him.
Right.
That was the previous regime, and he's a restricted free agent. Yeah. They weren't sure they were going to have the ability to pay him with all the things that they want to do. That's why everybody thought things were going to happen over the weekend.
Right.
But they still could happen. You still have the free agency deals that could be made. Leopold in Minnesota said, "Oh, we're re-signing Quinn Hughes. Just a question of how long the contract's going to be." And then Bill Guerin was like, I think it's all just a ploy to try to get someone to trade for Hughes, like get the Devils to trade for him. I still believe he's coming here just because of the fact that if they're all going to play together, it's got to be in New Jersey.
Yes.
And he's only got 1 year left on his deal. He's better off staying in Minnesota, keep the Wild, trying to go with a cup with him, and then he leaves in free agency rather than kind of cut off your nose to spite your face. I know you want to get something back for him, but he's a Norris Trophy guy. I mean, why Minnesota's got a chance to do something this year.
Mm-hmm. They're very good.
So it's
But
it's
if you're
tough.
the brothers, I don't want to waste another year because anything can happen, right? Like that's the problem. It's like I wouldn't want to waste any time, and I think where Jack now has kind of he's got some leverage now. You know that, and is he using that leverage to say like if you can't get him here and we can't play here together, I might go somewhere else.
You got to make the room. You got to do it.
I thought when they moved Nemec, it was like to free up us, like you know what I mean, free up room. Like it felt like a precursor to that means Quinn's coming,
or they were going to get Jason Robertson, or they're going to get I know DeBrincat is still being rumored as a possibility. They're going to do something.
See, Robertson's interesting because Robertson's somebody that I thought the Islanders were going to try to get.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking that did something happen where they tried to trade for him, and somebody they had to move?
Well, he might be a guy.
He's a perfect fit there.
That doesn't want to go to the Islanders because apparently Seattle offered him a contract.
Yeah,
he said no because again they're in a rebuild. It's going to be a while before when there was another team that made an offer. It might have been Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So he obviously wants to go somewhere where he's got a chance. Remember, he's on a team that's very close to winning.
Yeah,
but they're going to try to get him out because of the money situation, because of the Rantanen contract. So he wants to go someplace where he's got a chance to win.
Yeah.
Now the Islanders, are they close? The Devils feel like they're closer because they have talent. But you're talking about two teams that didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
You wonder, is that a deal Darsh tried to make? And
that's what I'm thinking.
Robertson just didn't want to go
there.
That
feels like that's what it feels like to me anyway. And I also feel like the Islanders aren't far off. I mean, they could be. They
well,
really
their
should have
trouble
been
is they needed that's a big goal scorer.
Right. They got to get people to put the puck in the net and not just the defenseman. All right, mine is from the weekend.
Here we go.
Because as you guys know, tomorrow's the last day of the current league year, and the new year begins Wednesday. Actually, tomorrow night.
Okay.
Because free agency begins 6 p.m. June 30th, tomorrow. So the rumors now have begun. Now, the Knicks, as we know, the Alvarado stuff's already been reported. He'll stay. Mo Diawara has been reported. He'll probably stay.
Okay.
Mitchell Robinson, we'll talk later. We'll talk later about Mitchell Robinson. We'll go deeper into that. So the Knicks stuff right now is sort of hovering. But the bigger stuff is going on now around the league of what everybody's doing to react. And did you see this story percolating this weekend, which then came to fruition today, where Draymond Green was going to opt out of his deal in Golden State, not to leave, but to open up the ability to re-sign for lower, create the ability for the Warriors to then make some moves. The Lakers are doing something that is pretty obvious, which is they signed Austin Reeves. They're building around Luka. Austin Reeves a big part of it.
He got a max, right?
Yeah. LeBron James, not. Where's LeBron James going? Who wants LeBron James? The rumors are Cleveland. The rumors are, maybe would he go to Miami now with Giannis?
Would he re-sign for less there or no?
That's the problem. You think LeBron James wants to take less anywhere? Probably not.
But at this point, like he's still very good, but he's not a supermax.
He's very good, but there's still principle to this. And you want to make sure that you're negotiating with leverage with the Lakers,
but
right?
Bronny's still on the team, right?
Currently. So this latest thing that has come out over the weekend is now starting to take form today. And it was said over the weekend that with Draymond making the move like that, it could open the door for the Warriors to trade for Anthony Davis, who, by the way, I was told on the side during the draft, Davis is not a given to return to in Washington. Trae Young got the contract. AD, no. So Golden State trade for AD, and then LeBron go to Golden State. And now you have Steph, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Draymond Green.
I mean, it's grumpier old men, but I mean they could run.
Is this not though so NBA?
Oh,
over the weekend, a story like this starts to just kind of get out there and make the rounds, and then Draymond makes the move today to sort of say, that rumor you heard over the weekend? Here's the first step.
But that first step could be for other things too, right?
Of course.
Yeah, they could go a million ways.
Of course, but this,
But he's already said he's a lifer. That's going to be his organization forever.
And Steve Kerr staying as long as Steph Curry
So
staying.
if they're all in cahoots.
And they all want to win one more ring. And there's always been this thing about LeBron and Curry teaming up to play together. And LeBron loves Anthony Davis. So here's your sort of like, what'd you call it? Like it's, what's the movie All the old action.
Grumpy Old Men?
No, not Grumpy Old. That was one too, but.
Sorry.
The Expendables.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You get all the
one last
action heroes, and they all go into one thing. And that would be the Golden State Warriors. So my question to you guys is, you put those 4 guys together. Who's beating them? I have an answer. Do you?
New York Knicks?
No. My answer is Father Time.
Oh. Undefeated.
Come on. Do you really think, that's fun? That's an NBA fun situation. But when then you begin game 1, game 2, game 3.
Is Butler still staying there?
Yeah, Jimmy's there.
So
he's recovering. But you
got
right.
Jimmy Buckets too.
Yeah, I wonder if Jimmy would have to be moved, though, in one of these
to make it work
situations. Right. But I'm just saying, those 4 guys, it sounds fun, but do you give it a chance?
Listen, I think you give it a chance. But the likelihood that they all make it through the season, the likelihood it works, the likelihood they're just...
No, you're talking about load management.
Yeah. But now, is there a chance, though, that they do it the right way, they get a decent enough seed in the playoffs, you catch a couple of breaks, and those guys pour it on for one playoff run?
You play some young teams early in the playoffs, you get on a little run, you got to be healthy. But that's the biggest concern. It's Anthony Davis. Let's start there.
But it's worth a shot. If you're
sorry, so you like it. I think it's
the
great
Warriors
theater.
the Warriors don't have another. What's their other play?
They don't have a play because Steph Curry's getting to a point now where he's getting old. To me, this is so NBA. It is great theater. It's fun, but it's also one of these things that I don't want to see this hype of nobody's beating this team because their biggest weakness is their age.
Now, Peter, before you give your weekend recap, we have breaking news from Shams. The Memphis Grizzlies are trading 2-time NBA All-Star Ja Morant to the Portland Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray.
In other words,
Chris Murray, the draft pick the Knicks gave up to get Josh Hart.
So in other words, we're moving. We're done with this.
Ja's been long gone from Memphis. They had to move on. He's got to figure it all out. But he'll do it in Portland, where they have an owner that isn't paying for anything, but he is willing to pay for players. They were a good, tough team last year. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Ja's got to really reset, man.
So then they'll move Dame again?
I guess. I mean, he's got to get healthy. He's older.
He's older.
What are they going to do with him?
Backing up Ja Morant, though.
But his numbers, monstrous. Who's taking on his contract?
Yeah, it's tough.
But that's one that is, like, again, 3 years ago, massive, right? It's Ja Morant.
Although,
now,
listen,
forget it.
Getting him out of Memphis and getting him all the way out there to Portland, best thing you could do.
Think it'll help him?
Oh, absolutely. It can't hurt.
Let's start with keeping Dad from courtside seats. Let's start there.
Keep Dad away. Get Ja as far away as humanly possible. Anyway, a couple of quick hitters for me from the weekend. Number one, we had Night of Champions on Saturday in Saudi. I was not in Saudi. I was in Stamford. But the big thing coming out of that is that Sami Zayn won his first world championship, which if you're a fan of wrestling, you understand how cool that is. He's like a 20-year industry veteran, undersized, doesn't look like he'd ever be anything. You'd never picture a guy like this being a world champion in wrestling. Just an absolute grinder. And he's a Syrian, Arabic-speaking Canadian. He won it in Saudi and then got on the mic and yelled in Arabic, and the crowd went absolutely crazy. So it served a couple of purposes. Number one, fans who just love, truly love wrestling are so happy. And then also for WWE, it's great business. WrestleMania is in Saudi Arabia next year, and now they had this iconic moment with this Arabic-speaking star that you can always flash back to of remember when Sami Zayn won the title. So it was a really smart move. But if you're a wrestling fan, I mean, I was in our studio. You guys talk about those moments like when you and Pito are all of a sudden, when he won, I jumped on Big E's back. I could not believe. I mean, he pinned Cody Rhodes. I did not really, in my heart of hearts, think there was a chance he was pinning Cody Rhodes, and he did. So that was really fun. And then, of course, we are officially underway in the what some would call fakakta round of 32 in the World Cup. It never existed until this tournament. Normally, you jump straight from the round robin to the round of 16. But, of course, they said we need to make sure the U.S. advances. And we want more money and more TV and all the things. So there's a round of 32 now. And guess what? It started with high drama yesterday. South Africa and Canada stayed 0-0 for a long time. Don's home country, Canada, ends up getting the win 1-0. And in the only other result we have so far, my home country of Brazil beat Japan 2-1 today. Underway right now, Germany and Paraguay are 0-0 in the 13th minute. As we are now in the knockout stage, guys. You lose, you go home.
This is in Boston Stadium.
Oh, this is in the Boston Stadium?
Because Gillette isn't paying World Cup money.
No. So it's at Boston Stadium. Now, on the other side, guys, this is we don't have time to do it right now, and it wasn't part of the weekend, but it was part of the beginning of our show today, which is Weekend at Jay's. If you missed the call from Sharky, it was a legendary moment in the show. And we have a recap to bring it all back shortly.
All right. I can't wait for that.
Oh, yeah. It's been edited.
It was one of our best calls in a long time. That was your weekend recap brought to you by Neutral. Keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer, made with real vodka and real fruit juice. Enjoy responsibly. A little bit more Sharky, more calls at 1-800-919-3776. ENN at 6, Mets baseball at 6:30 on ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
David Stern should be ashamed of himself. His unbelievably inept way to put together a roster has cost a really good guy a job. There has to be a sense of relief when it comes to Carlos Mendoza. Why would you even want to continue to manage a team like this? An absolute joke.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
The Yankees are under pressure, and it's more pressure on Aaron Judge than it is any other athlete in this market because of what Brunson has done. He'll never be accepted as one of the greats until he wins a title.
And this is the time because the American League stinks. Everybody just assumes, kind of like the Knicks, that the National League is that much better, like they did about the Western Conference.
Take that easy path.
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Wherever your day takes you, across New Jersey, into New York, or down to Philadelphia, New Jersey Transit gets you there. Skip the traffic and stay on track. With busy travel periods ahead, plan ahead, check schedules, and allow extra time for your trip. From workdays to weekends, New Jersey Transit keeps your routine moving with reliable, convenient service. Ride smart. Plan your trip at njtransit.com.
Okay, girls, ready to go?
Yeah! Mom, I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? Me too, Mommy.
You want a snack?
Yeah!
Got it?
Children learn from our behaviors.
Mommy, can you open this,
All right, hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, here.
Thank you.
They learn what is okay from the adults they see.
Mommy, are you on your phone?
If you're a distracted driver, chances are they will be too. What kind of driver are you raising? Funded by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby Kirby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back. Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live starting at 1 p.m. Plus, there'll be appearances from DiPietro and Rothenberg, as well as Bart and Carlin. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and the chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer goal past Rick DiPietro. Save DiPietro! Plus, music from Surfing for Daisy. It's all brought to you by Spike Dave, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. You must be at least 21 years of age to enter.
Well, we're going to have to wait on the Sharky stuff just a second, but we'll take your calls at 1-800-919-3776. Lot on the table to talk about.
Let me correct myself on the Lillard contract just real quick because I checked it just to see because I was like, did he get a new deal? He did. He got a new deal in Portland, and it's very fair. So his numbers are 13. That's nothing.
Let's go
today's NBA.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go to Vincent in Queens. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Vinny?
Hi, Don, Alan, Peter. What's the possibility of the Mets trading Juan Soto to the Orioles for Pete Alonso? Soto's not happy here. Steve Cohen has the money. He can buy the contract for both players. Why can't they bring back Pete?
Well, because the general manager of the team, even though he might be on his last legs, doesn't want to take that contract the Baltimore game. I don't know what they're saying about it now, but in Baltimore, they thought that was too much money to give Alonso.
Juan Soto has a full no-trade clause.
But even if he didn't, it's not happening.
He has a full – let's just start the conversation with –
I thought Sharky's call had flaws.
He has a full no-trade clause, which means if he wanted to go to Baltimore, he would have talked to Baltimore.
And do you think all of a sudden, because they're losing games, that David Stearns changed his mind on Pete Alonso's contract? Or do you think he was swayed by fans chanting Alonso's name in a game? They don't care about that.
Never mind Stearns. Who really wanted Juan Soto? Who wanted him?
Well, Cohen wanted him. Stearns.
So Stearns could be fired right now, and Juan Soto's still not being traded.
Remember when we spent more than 5 seconds on the guy who said the Knicks lost the championship because of the OJ chase?
That was the same guy?
I feel like we're back. No. I just feel like we're back there again. I don't know why.
That was very close to the worst call ever, but he seemed like a pretty nice guy. I don't think he was being snarky with it. I think he legitimately thought it was a good idea.
That's why I was answering the question for him, so don't ever ask that again because you know that Juan Soto has a no-trade clause.
But again, just to play devil's advocate or just fantasy land, let's say he didn't. That's not a fair trade.
Of course it's not a fair
Juan Soto's a hell of a player, and he's playing well.
And
he's playing better than Pete.
And he's in his prime.
But the Mets are losing not because of Juan Soto, but just because they're the Mets.
Because
they don't know how to handle
because their GM built a bad roster.
Now, we took an interesting call, and apparently, Peter, according to you, we made it better.
Well, if you missed the Sharky call, Sharky,
where were you?
Sharky's a lovely guy who called up and just had compliments and all kinds of nice things to suggest.
Sharky.
He wanted to talk World Cup. But by the end of the call, we realized the amount of things that he either said wrong or just plain old factually got wrong needed to be studied. So our crack staff edited the call and have added sound effects to let you know what was correct and what was incorrect in our call earlier with the great Sharky.
How about Sharky? on the Jersey Shore. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Sharky?
What's up?
Great 2 weeks. I know most of your audience doesn't care about this. Between Wimbledon and the World Cup, it was 32, 16 and quarters in the next 2 weeks. I only follow soccer every 4 years. So the big stars are stepping up right now. I probably only know 5 guys: Messi, Ronaldo, Kane, the kid from the United States, Pulisic, and Bobby. But the soccer's been great. Peter, for you, I'm also not a wrestling fan, but I have a cousin who's in the business. You know him.
Thank you.
So I tune in whenever I can. And I saw you on whatever was going on Saturday.
Whatever.
The steel cage match and the
steel cage.
Saudi Arabia, wherever you guys were.
Yeah.
And I turned on the TV, and there's Peter right in the middle of 2 guys who I don't even know who they are.
Whoa.
And the young, handsome Peter Rosenberg is right there breaking down wrestling like I've never heard anybody break down wrestling before, and looking amazing while he was doing it with the sunglasses, the tie, and everything else. Kudos to you Mr. Rosenberg.
You looked great.
You took the show away.
Sunglasses, the whole thing.
No.
What a look.
Yep. You look like a movie star.
I agree. Thank you.
I agree.
Paul Newman or Robert Redford back in the day.
Sharky, thanks, Sharky. You're too kind.
Well, you could also catch Allen in a lie. Hey, look great, sunglasses.
No, he was just having fun with Sharky.
I was playing along.
He was adding on to it. But
so was anybody on the dais in sunglasses?
I was wearing these.
Those aren't sunglasses. Was anybody wearing sunglasses?
No.
Maybe he's confusing
we
you
were
with
in a
somebody
studio
else.
in Stanford.
Yeah, they were indoors.
That wouldn't stop some yo-yo wearing glasses.
Fair point.
Well, I mean, it was just me, Big E, and Joe Tess. No one's put on sunglasses.
You between 2 guys.
I didn't know where to hit the ding on that one because I was trying to. I'm like, I know. Well, obviously, you went to Saudi Arabia and flew back. I knew that, of course.
Right,
but
very quick.
I didn't know where to go there.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be more a buzzer situation than a ding situation because it's just not remotely true. And also, you give him a ding for Plosek. I thought that would get a buzz because that's not a human's
Oh,
ding.
I thought you just wanted the ding. I just thought you wanted dings at any point.
Yeah, it works either way. It's just checking the box. But Plosek and Bobby.
And Bobby.
Not Mbappe. And Bobby.
Now, was he saying and Bobby or was and part of the Bobby name?
I'm going with and Bobby.
Like he's and Bobby.
It sounded very much an and Bobby.
It's like OG and Unobi.
I love Bobby.
Yeah.
I love Bobby.
We love Bobby.
We love Bobby.
We love Sharky.
Well, hey, you know what else we love? Landry Shamet.
Uh-oh.
There was some concern today. I actually talked to some people today about Shamet's future, and there was a concern they might lose him to other teams, but there was optimism that they could keep him. Why? Because he loves being in New York. Well, Shams is telling us that Landry Shamet intends to sign a new 4-year, $24 million deal to return.
I love all these prices
to the Knicks.
All right. Not mad at that.
And he loves it here. And he's
why wouldn't he?
By the way, great dude. Top shelf. Really a good guy.
All right, so that's
smart
good
as hell.
Listen, if all they did was lose Mitch, I think as a Knicks fan, you should be able to live with that because, listen, you lose an important player, but you lose a player that's...
Why don't we do that coming up?
All right.
This is a discussion to have, for sure.
And more calls at 1-800-919-3776.
Maybe more Sharky.
More Sharky.
More sunglasses.
More Bobby.
I'm sure all this would be revisited at 6. And at 6:30, it's Mets baseball on ESPN New York.
The world's game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2-up early payouts so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pregame, straight match result bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you'll instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM's same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the world's game. Don't miss your shot at an early win with 2-up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals, regardless of the final outcome of the match. Make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, July 3rd for a very special night. Fireworks Night, presented by Baby Ruth. Bring your family and friends as the Yankees take on the Twins, and stay after the game for a spectacular post-game fireworks show celebrating the 250th birthday of America. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss the Yankees and Twins Fireworks Night, Friday, July 3rd, presented by Baby Ruth. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Some good news on the Cross Bronx westbound. You're back open by 3rd Avenue. Still cleaning up that pickup truck fire. Just the right lane is out. Long line of brake lights there from the Bruckner on through. Inbound, George. We've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx. Stick with the lower level if you can. That'll run you about 15 to 20 minutes. Upper level, about a 20 to 30-minute ride from 8095. Better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Outbound Lincoln, your best bet at 15 to 20. Outbound Hahn will run you 20 to 30. Belt westbound, just packed heading over to the Verrazano in Brooklyn. Your stop and go from Flatbush Avenue. Eastbound side, some solid slowdowns heading over to JFK in Queens. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? While the PCA can help, it's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Hey, it's Wendy here. Are you looking to rebound from your high-interest credit card debt? A SoFi personal loan could help. Consolidate your debt with a SoFi personal loan into one low monthly payment, and you could save money on interest over time. And with as soon as the same day funding, you could hit the ground running ASAP. Apply today with no fees required at SoFi.com/debt-rebound. Loans originated by SoFi Bank. NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debt-rebound.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
5 o'clock in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg take you till 6:30. Then it's Mets baseball. Mets and the Blue Jays at the Great White North. So now we've kind of settled into the championship for the New York Knicks. And now you got to assess who stays and who goes. You just heard that Landry Shamet's going to stay for the next 4 years, $25 million. And now we are waiting to see what's going to happen with Mitchell Robinson, and it doesn't look very good.
No, it makes it even harder now. I mean, look, Shamet was a priority as well. Very valuable piece off the bench. You saw the impact he had in the postseason. Mike Brown trusted him late in games sometimes to close games. He made huge shots in that run. Huge three-pointers that he made. Showed a lot of toughness and a real high IQ. Great locker room guy. He loved New York. He wanted to be here. If he went to free agency, I was told this morning he was going to get offers the Knicks were not going to be able to match. Like, that was a fact. They knew it. But they made an appeal to him, and he took it. Rather than go into free agency and play that game, he has said many times how much he loves being in New York, what it means to him. He had family here. He had played in Brooklyn once before, but coming to the Knicks 2 years ago, he loved it. He loved it so much he came back again. He's fought through a lot with injuries and whatnot, but this championship, you could tell at this stage of his career meant a lot. So the Knicks prioritized a key bench player, and he's back. We know Jose Alvarado is going to agree to a deal, and he'll be back. So the bench pieces all seem like they're falling into place. But one of the most important bench pieces they had is Mitchell Robinson, who has been a Knick the longest. He's the longest tenured Knick, 2018 draft second-round pick. And this is his first time as an unrestricted free agent. And we know centers, especially rebounding centers, defensive shot blocking centers, guys that can defend multiple positions like Robinson can, are at a premium in this league. And teams are willing to pay a lot for them because of how they changed the game. The Knicks can't possibly make an offer if they are going to stay out of the second apron. The second apron, for everybody that wonders, it acts like a hard cap when you hit that second number. That I forget the exact number it is. But when you hit that number on a payroll, not only does it affect your ability to sign any more players, it also freezes all of your assets. You can't trade certain things. You can't there's draft picks you can't trade. There's no more you can do with your roster. There's trades that, like certain trades, you can only send out more money than you take back. It's a mess, but it restricts you from doing anything. And if you have one injury, you're absolutely screwed. You can't add another player. Done. So the Knicks, you heard the owner, you heard James Dolan say, we're not going to be a second apron team. The Knicks as a front office were surprised by that because they kind of were hoping to bring the whole team back, including Mitch. Go into the second apron, who cares? We have our team. We're not looking to add anybody else. We don't want to bring in anybody else. We want to keep our own players. But because of the restrictions, it's also triple the tax, by the way. So it's also a ton of money that you're spending every dollar you spend. So as a result, they were restricted to how much they could spend. They had $13 million to get to. And they used it. And Mitch is going to get a lot more than $13 million.
Oh, sure.
So it does
How much do you think he gets? Close to 20?
Yeah. I mean, you got to think about it. If somebody sees him as a starting center, which that's where I would say, hey, hang on a second. We do know.
Well, no, starting for 40 games.
That's what I mean. Like, he is limited. Well, put it this way. His last contract he signed was a $60 million 4 years. So you're averaging 15. He's certainly going to take more than, they're going to get more than that. I imagine it'll be upwards towards 20. And you got teams, look, the Lakers would love a guy like him. Brooklyn, apparently, they don't have any centers at all on their roster. They would try to make a move. I think the Pelicans would be smart to try to bring him in. He's from there. So, yeah, he's going to get offers.
But you got to be careful with those teams. And I understand he's a center on a championship caliber team, played huge defensively in the postseason for them. He's 28 years old, coming off a 60-game season. The year before that, 17. The year before that, 31. 22, 23, 59. Most games he's ever played was 72, and that was the 21-22 season when he was 23. All right? He's worthless to you the second of back-to-backs. Right? So he is going to be on, for lack of a better phrase, an innings limit, right?
Yes.
And you're signing a guy for big money because of what he can do, but in the regular season, he's probably a 50-game player. And then once you get to the postseason, you hope that he doesn't break down. Like, it's a risk. But as much as the Knicks want to keep him.
And when he plays, he got the biggest, think about this. OG Anunoby had the biggest offensive rebound in franchise history, right? He got Mitchell Robinson got the second biggest one the next game.
Right.
Because that offensive rebound off the missed free throw allowed them to get one more point off the free throw again that won the game, that won the championship. Put them up by 4, and that was it. Game was over. And so that offensive rebound was huge, and that's his specialty. He is the best offensive rebounding. He's the best offensive rebounder in the NBA, and that's a value in today's game. He also is a very good defender. So there's teams that are going to be willing, especially teams that are trying to become contenders. And there might be teams that are like trying to weaken the Knicks a little bit too.
Well,
take him away.
No, I get that.
But $20 million for a guy that, like you just said, and I'm not trying to disparage him because he is what he's developed into is such a weapon. But you have to think about cost and what you're getting. And the cost versus availability, how close it is if another injury happens to the foot, can't play back-to-backs.
Mm-hmm.
And offensively, there's very limited. There's very limited offensive talent. Right? He's a lob threat. Yes, can't make free throws, and teams will foul him to get him out of games. That's been a strategy. So there's a lot of things to consider here, but it's a gaping hole now on that bench for this Knicks roster. If they lose him, which is the expectation is that they're probably going to lose him.
I think as you notice, they keep signing all of them. I think he's the one.
Well, the only thing left is if he sees all this and then it's like, hey, man, this is all we got.
And he's like, if he were to decide, I love this, I'm having so much fun, I'm down.
But if you're him, this is the biggest bank you're going to get in your life.
It's the one.
And it's the only one.
He already got $60 million. Think about that.
Right.
He just got 60, and this is going to be the biggest bank he ever gets.
This will be his last big contract.
Right.
Now, last year, because we talk about the load management in the regular season, but last year they played 18 playoff games, and he played in all of them. Averaged over 20 minutes a game.
Yeah.
But this year, he played in 18 of the 19 playoff games, but 13.9 minutes. So even in the postseason, he's limited in what he can do. Now, what he does is great. If you're a championship-level team, you want him. But if you're a team that's looking to make a splash, if you're looking to, hey, we need a center, he's not for you. Because I'm sorry, if you're if you're a mid-team, just throw out a mid-team.
Charlotte Hornets.
Charlotte Hornets. He's no good to the Charlotte Hornets. He's going to play 55, 60 games, and in the playoffs he's going to be limited, which you can live with if you've got a really good team and I just need him in spots to get a big rebound, play well defensively. So really he's only good to a championship caliber team.
And his again, I'm not disparaging him, but it's a reality of where he is and how they've had to manage him medically over the last couple of years. He's valuable off the bench. He's valuable when you have a starting center that's going to eat the majority of the minutes.
Right.
And then you come in and you play 15 to 20 nightly basis, but you can have impactful 15 to 20. Right?
Oh,
it goes back to the Hartenstein thing. When they had Hartenstein and they lost him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, that guy's so valuable. No, is he look at the Thunder treated him a certain way. They didn't treat him as a 35-minute a night starting center. They treated him as a situational starting center. In certain games you're valuable, but in other games we got to play small. So you're going to be on the bench more, right? That's kind of the same thing. But those guys are so rare in the NBA, and he's going to get paid. Now, the question is, if they lose him, which it does seem like this is going to happen, it seems very likely now, he's going to end up where the Knicks know and he knows there's going to be offers out there when we get to tomorrow night that the Knicks won't be able to get into. So the Knicks have to pivot now, quickly, no pun intended, and find themselves a quality backup center that can do at least some of the things that he can do. And that's not easy, but that's the next thing. Who's that guy going to be that they bring in on a, let's say, veterans minimum that wants to come to a championship team and be part of it? So the money's not the thing anymore. It's more about I want to go play on a championship team and contribute. Who can that guy be? And can it be enough to help you win another championship? Because Mitchell Robinson, despite the minutes that he played, was a huge part of them winning a championship.
It's tough. The guy that there's so much there, and yet it's just not for everybody. So we'll see if he's going to get his bag and what team it's going to be.
That's why remember I told you winning the champ this year, it was so important to win it this year. But it's so important to win it this year.
I wonder how many of these deals would be different. First of all, how many would be gone where they just have no interest in it? You can't even fully qualify.
First, let's start with, would Giannis be in Miami or would he be in New York?
Right.
If this run never
and then
happened.
If he was there, who was in the trade to get him?
Right.
And then it's about who you're signing now, because all of a sudden these indispensable parts of a championship become dispensable parts of a team that came up short.
So how do Knicks fans feel about this? Because this sucks. Losing a guy like him who's so popular and important and impactful. You fall in love with guys like this, right? Because they're fun. Like I'll never forget the interview I did with him, sitting in his truck waiting for the parade to start. He wanted the truck in the parade. He's sitting in the driver's seat. I went up to him and we interviewed him in there, and he just he was so happy, right? His high school coach, who he took care of after his high school coach's wife passed away, brought him up to New York. Stay in my house. Live with me. I don't want you to be by yourself. He was at the at City Hall after the parade, and I talked to him. The smile. He's just lit up, so happy to be part of this. And so this is such a great story. But, that's the problem with when you win a championship. It's really difficult to run it back fully. And there's always going to be one or two players that do fall off. But, Don, as you know, we've seen dynasties. It's how you replace these guys. Right?
I know.
It's not easy, but if you do it right, you can set yourself back up. So really for the Knicks and for fans, it's the pivot to the next thing.
These are the tough moments, but it's the price of winning a championship. Nobody's going to give the championship back. But if that's all you lose, and now you trust your front office that they'll be able to replace them, that's why this is kind of what the NBA was hoping for, and that's why you've seen 8 different champions in 8 years, because it's difficult to repeat. There's very difficult decisions that have to be made, because especially with the Knicks, because it wasn't about one guy. Everybody found a way to contribute. So anybody you would have lost would have hurt, right?
Yeah.
Because you'll think of something they did during the course of the run that could have changed everything if it didn't happen.
Right. What I hope, and I would hate to see him sign with the Nets, because it would be weird. You know what I mean?
And if I'm the Nets, that's probably exactly what I would want to do, right?
Hell no. That's the worst thing they could do.
Well,
because you know what happens? They got to play him. And if he gets hurt, it's a disaster for the Nets.
I know, but just to get a championship player there, to take something from the Knicks, I mean, it's really been tough. Listen, I know we say there's not a lot of them, but I do. You probably don't. I don't know how Peter feels. I do feel bad for the Net fan. It's got to be difficult. I mean, I went through it growing up as a Devil fan, but you know what I was able to do? I was able to win a cup the next year after the Rangers won in '94. I was at least rooting for a team that was on the cusp of doing it themselves. But the Nets are so far away. And you got people like Stephen A. Smith, they should move. Like they're completely irrelevant. I mean, they
just did a rebrand thing. They just put something out.
I saw that, yeah.
Celebrating their anniversary.
60 years, man.
I know. Yeah. Would you like to see them go back to the red, white, and blue?
Yes.
And just
that would be something
get the
to
old
lean
school.
into.
The black and white was kind of nice for a minute.
I like that. I like
even
that.
the floor. The floor at Barclays kills me.
I couldn't agree with you more. I hate it.
Right? I know what you're trying to do, but it ain't.
It never hit quite right. And it's a building where the experience in the building's great. Great in-arena experience.
Inside, it's a beautiful building.
Beautiful building inside. Yeah. Easy, really big concourses.
Yeah.
Lovely setup.
Well-built.
Lots of fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's convenient. Every train on earth gets you there. A lot like MSG in that way. But then the floor doesn't. I do not like the floor. And the black and white, while you thought it would have been cool. And at the time, they had Jay-Z connected. It's like got the black jerseys, Brooklyn, black. Everything's, it doesn't have any, there's been really nothing to this era.
So what is there, if you were to really just focus on the Nets' best era, obviously it would be the back-to-back finals, right?
Yeah, of course. Or
really,
Dr. J.
But that, see, I was just going to say, or is it Dr. J?
The very beginnings of the franchise.
Well, you go back to those unique uniforms with the stars and the
Rick
red,
Barry,
white, and
Billy
blue.
Pauls, they had.
I think you go.
I
think that would look so wacky in this era. Those look so old inherently. I would make that your throwback, and make the '90s, early 2000s blues your regular.
I did love the '90s look. Even the tie dye wasn't that bad.
I don't remember the tie dye.
Tie dyes weren't bad. Yeah,
but then you have
that logo was a little more updated. That was a good look. The Derek Coleman era.
I want to pitch this to MSG. I'm just trying to figure out the angle because the Meadowlands is still there.
Oh yeah, the tie dye was fire.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
the Meadowlands
Kenny
is still
Anderson
there.
era, I think. Derek Coleman. Yeah,
Meadowlands was still there.
Meadowlands is still there.
Yes, it's still there.
You could walk in there. I mean, there's no ice, but the Jumbotron is still there.
Is it still Izon? What is it called?
It's nothing. I don't think it's called anything.
Continental Airlines Arena.
I just think it's. I think it's like a television studio now.
Oh,
they film documentary. But if you could walk in the stands, there's an ad for Xanadu. They didn't change anything. The scoreboard is still there.
Wow.
In the middle. And I want. They did go back to it for a little spot when, remember, I forget exactly what the number was, when they had the blizzard and the Devils played the Flames and there was 364 people in the stands. The Devils didn't have any players. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They played the game anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They went back there, and that was 10 years ago, of going back there. And just because
play some games
and just do something on the Meadowlands. And I know people roll their eyes The Meadowlands was cool, man. You had 2 NBA finals there. The Devils won 2 cups there in the 3 Stanley Cup finals.
It's at 20,000.
It was an amazing concert venue. I mean, I saw some of the I saw Metallica there. I saw AC/DC there. They had amazing concerts. Meadowlands was always a really good.
I played there.
When'd you play there?
In college. Played there.
And then Seton Hall played there.
Mm-hmm.
There was, believe it or not, a Final Four in '96 at the Meadowlands. I mean, it's not nothing. And I think it would really make for a good documentary, like on MSG, where like Devil fans would watch. I think Net fans would watch. And again, it was a lot like Shea Stadium that's known for a lot of great concerts. The Meadowlands was always a place to see a show. So some bands would play the Garden, but they'd also play the Meadowlands.
So you
too.
want them to move, or do you want them to just like play some games there?
I don't know if it's sustainable.
Can you really leave Brooklyn at this point?
Let me ask you this.
You can't leave.
They stopped doing it. Maybe Peter doesn't remember this because it was a while ago. It's been at least 20, 25 years that the Packers played 6 games at Lambeau, and they played 2 games in Milwaukee every year.
Yeah. I do remember that.
What if they just said, we're going to play, just to test it out, we're going to play, I don't know, 5 games out of the 41. We're gonna play 5 over at the Meadowlands.
Depends on your percentage of season ticket holders from New Jersey.
Well, that's what you got to do the investigation and find out if it, and also, is the arena sustainable now? Like I said, it's still there, but can they actually have a basketball game there now? And I know the parking. There's plenty of parking because that's where the mall is and everything.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's sustainable to have the mall open and to have a basketball game where potentially thousands of people could show up.
Ask them in Philly.
I would love to. I would just wonder if that would be sustainable. But I'm just talking about with MSG of just doing a doc on the history
of the Meadowlands.
And I think there's something there.
Of course there's something there. Yeah. That arena's seen a lot.
It did.
I mean, there's a lot that it's seen.
They did see a lot. And I'd love to be able to go back there and talk to people and do it from inside the arena.
Whoop-de-damn-do happened in that building.
Ask
Fooch. He was there.
Whoop-de-damn-do happened there.
In the hallway.
It's
have another donut, you fat pig was in there.
Oh, that was in there?
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
That's a great moment.
Craig Anderson, Kenny Anderson.
Yes.
Was sitting down in a folding chair. And I was covering it for Sports Phone. And that's when Yinkadari walked past naked, and I can't even
Changed
get
your
into
life.
He couldn't unsee it.
That
you couldn't see anything.
Really.
Don's never been the same.
It's the only time where I'd have to close my eyes and like move my head from the right to the left to just get the entire picture of what I saw. And that's when Kenny Anderson said they lost the game, and he said, I don't know, I think it's from a rap song. And I was Slack Joe, and he said, I don't know, man, because I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind, mother trucker. But he didn't say trucker.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I can use that sound, but it's a hell of a way to respond to a question.
I don't know if I could use that sound.
What was he saying this in context?
Could you repeat
I don't
that?
remember. It was 30 years ago.
What if I
clearly it wasn't anything about, like, don't blame me for the game.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know how he can have his mind on his money when Yinkadari walked by.
Well,
I'm surprised I remember the story.
Well, he probably wasn't paying as much attention, Don.
Well, because he's probably seen it before.
Don,
it's less impressive the 50th time you see it.
I think you get over it.
Don
you just
needs
avoid
Will Smith to come with the pen from Men in Black and just
no, because he's never stopped talking about it.
You need to forget about this.
And selfishly, I'm just looking to get back because I got a lot of memories there too, like great concerts and God, I saw so many bands there. Fleetwood Mac.
Wasn't that the last Kobe Shaq championship?
Yeah.
In that building, right? The last Kobe Shaq one.
I was there for that. That's where I got the Lakers championship.
That's right. You have.
So, by the way, Paraguay is up 1-0 on Alemania.
What are you saying?
Germany.
It's not Paraguay anymore?
No,
Paraguay. Yeah.
I'm just saying it in Spanish. I'm just saying it with an accent.
Say it again.
Paraguay.
Yeah.
Did you throw a D in there?
Paraguay. I'm just rolling the R down.
Yeah.
Paraguay.
We got to stop.
What?
That's not even. Alan,
Paraguay.
He's just putting.
But you're not Spanish.
He's just putting some sizzle on.
I'm just putting a little sizzle. That's how you say it. I'm just putting.
But this is where people get lost with soccer. No, because you're not Spanish. Nobody says it that way unless you're from Paraguay. Now all of a sudden, because it's the World Cup, I now got to say Paraguay. Completely different. No, man, no. I say no. I think it's pompous. I think it's arrogant. You come across like you're above me, and I don't like that.
So when you do hockey, when you're up in Canada,
yeah, right, exactly.
And you're just saying Montreal Canadiens. Is that what you're saying? You put a little something on it.
You put a little.
Do I say Montreal? No, I don't.
Yeah, you
Montreal.
do.
No, I don't.
You put a
and
little,
all of a sudden,
Canadian.
All of a sudden,
Canadian.
Have a Swedish
Montreal
accent.
Canadian.
Or I don't have an accent from Switzerland every time Nico touches the puck. All right. Although I have been reprimanded. Because if I give the extra T in Toronto, and they'll say, "Well, that's not how we say it up here."
Toronto.
I'm not from up here. I'm broadcasting back to New Jersey.
It's not Toronto. It's Toronto.
No, that's how Americans
Toronto.
say it. It's Toronto.
Toronto.
Right, but Americans say Toronto.
Right, and I'm American, right? Yeah. And I'm broadcasting to Americans.
But why do you have
to? No, I don't want to be that guy.
It wrong. No, but this actually, the Toronto one's worse than mine. I'm just having fun. You can,
I
you
know,
can read a paragraph.
I'm just having fun.
No, but the Toronto one, you should say it the way they say it. Why do I say it wrong for Americans? It's pronounced Toronto.
Because that's not how we do it.
But it's wrong. It's English. They're saying we pronounce it Toronto.
But it's
not a hard T. We have to go, no, we need to say it wrong?
No, but if you... Let me ask you this then.
Go ahead.
If there was a wrestler from Paraguay, and you're calling one of the matches,
I would probably on commentary say Paraguay.
Exactly.
However, the ring announcer would 100% say from Paraguay.
Yeah,
100%.
Right, but they're all yo-yos, the PA guys. Well, no, because they're trying to stir. They're very performative.
But by the way, he said PA guys like they're just in the high school gymnasium working the system. I mean, they're
public address announcer. I respect all of them.
Okay,
but there's a certain job to be over the top. But now all of a sudden it's the World Cup and we're pronouncing the countries like with the accent. Stop it. Stop. But I know you're being before, but I got to go through it all the time.
But can't wait to hear him do the next.
All of a sudden, people somebody's from Ireland. All of a sudden, people break out and broke. Stop.
But of all the ones,
Kenny Janssen once told me, there's an umlaut over the O.
Is that right?
Like he would point that out to me. So
I'll pronounce your name how you want me to pronounce it.
Because in the paper, we didn't do that.
But isn't it funny, Alan, of all the ones to set
Newsday
Don
was
off.
trying to say on the ink.
But by the way, of all the ones to set Don off, I love that the one that was Paraguay, which is so clearly the same as Paraguay.
It's so great.
But that's the one?
You know what? I'm going to save this. Remind me Thursday. I'm going to just destroy all these people. I got to throw the act.
I don't know. There'd be a lot of people. I think Thursday might have a lot of World Cup crowd. Where the game's going to be shown there. We have.
I'm ready.
Knockout games there.
You know what? All I ask is that you punch me in the face.
Well,
I can't take it. Below the belt will bother me, and stomach if I just ate.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, punch me in the. You can't make me.
Well, how about this? I'll tell you, it's the biggest stage in the world.
Sure, of course it is.
And FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes here's what happens: your player gets subbed off. Alan didn't know this till today. The player gets subbed off, and guess what? They can't come back in. So that means your bet would be gone.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
But not anymore, Alan. Don't worry, because FanDuel Super Sub means if your player's subbed out, your bet stays in with whoever subs in for the player.
Sure.
So the bet continues on with the substitutes. You're still in it till the final whistle.
Okay.
Which will be, 7-8 minutes or so after the game ends.
Whatever.
Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. 21 plus, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
1-800-919-3776. A lot's been said on this show. A lot has been said during this segment. So I want reaction. ENN at 6, like you read about, and then at 6:30 it's Mets baseball, which you don't on ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins AeroBurst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of AeroBurst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Hey, New York, are you okay to drive? Did you know that driving under the influence isn't just limited to drinking alcohol? Cannabis, prescription drugs, and street drugs can all impair your ability to think and react behind the wheel. Drugs, alone or combined with alcohol, can cause poor coordination and lack of focus. Don't put your life on the line or take someone else's away. Cabs, rideshare, or public transportation are at your fingertips. The New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee is reminding you to make a safe choice. Always drive sober.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
The 2026 U.S. Open Tennis Championships are back, where the world's greatest city meets the world's greatest tennis players. Fan Week begins August 23rd. Experience the Mixed Doubles Championship on the 25th and 26th. And the U.S. Open Singles Championship starts Sunday, August 30th. All tickets on sale now at usopen.org. The U.S. Open, spectacular awaits.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx, and delays are thinning out over at the inbound George. Upper Deck, just about a 10 to 15-minute ride using 8095. Deegan just packed both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Southbound, hitting the brakes from the Mosholu on down. Northbound, delays are starting to back up across the Triborough into Queens and up onto the Bruckner. Cross Bronx westbound, they cleaned up that pickup truck fire by 3rd Avenue. All lanes are back open. Damage is done. You're still slammed there from the Bruckner on through. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 15 to 20. Outbound Hahn 20 to 30. Slow go on the Van Wyck southbound in Queens right after Northern Boulevard and City Field. Accident in the left lane. You're bumper to bumper there from the Whitestone Bridge. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is this week. It's coming up Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore, join the Michael K. Show and us live starting at 1 p.m. And an appearance by DiPietro Rothenberg, Bart Carlin, and more. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and a chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer ball past Rick DiPietro. Plus live music from Surfing for Daisy. I got the song all picked out, been working on it. Looking forward to doing it again. They're going to be performing an hour before the festivities and also after the shows. It's all brought to you by Spiked Aid, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and the New Jersey Lottery. Must be 21 years of age to enter. 1-800-919-3776. Kofi sent a tweet about the Meadowlands. Here's a statement from Nets historian who has a great book on the Nets history, by the way.
Okay.
Got from the NJSA spokesperson saying the Meadowlands Arena is structurally functional for events but doesn't have staffing and security. So we'll just bring over.
Need that.
Well, they can get there.
You can't bring over the people from Barclays Center. Bus them over for people to take mass transit and say, all right, you're working today, but you're working in New Jersey, and we'll get you back to Barclays after
They probably
the
have to
game.
give them a few extra bucks, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, if that's the only issue.
By the way, or people who work at MetLife. There's people around.
Are you reading this? This is very fascinating. The Meadowlands Arena over the past decade has been reimagined as an ideal filming location.
Yeah. We talked about this recently.
But
Don, you brought this up, didn't you?
Did you bring up, though, it has served as the backdrop for several popular productions, including streaming series The Walking Dead, The Enemy Within, and The Equalizer.
Oh, didn't know that part.
And films such as Marty Supreme and Husker.
Then they owe me money.
Oh.
Springsteen, Marty Supreme. I gave it 45 minutes.
Oh, that's the Shamalama Ding Dong ping pong movie.
Yeah. Shamalama Ping Pong.
Sure.
I gave it 30 minutes, 45 minutes of my life on a plane. I really liked Timothy Chalamet, but I was just like, I can't do it anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care.
And I'm a ping pong guy.
There are people who loved it. I just didn't care.
Well, I think there are movies that.
By the way, you up on Dragon, Anthony? You caught up on Dragon? Oh,
what's Dragon?
God, so good.
What happened with
House
Dragon?
of Dragon?
Yeah, oh boy.
Oh
man, they are.
Too late. I'm too late.
What? No, you're not.
No,
I'm probably way too late.
So let me
on
throw this at you.
I can't catch
You
up
didn't
on
watch
this?
Thrones, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so don't worry about it. So don't worry about it. House of Dragon is a completely separate show that just lives in that universe.
Okay.
And it's only on the 3rd season. So it's like you're 20 episodes in. It's not that deep. You can do it.
I can get there.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand whatever's happening for the first 45 minutes, but the last 20 every time, you just go, wow.
I need something this summer. So
that's it.
I think Dragon's so good.
Okay.
I think between that and then they have the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, like it's all pretty good.
I didn't do Night. Night of the Seven. Don't do this.
What happened?
Hey, Jake, sometimes do you not know the room well?
You just killed Don.
Jake, come on.
Don.
Come on. You can explain to Don the weird offbeat comedy version they also have. No, don't even mention that. The Seven Kingdoms. Get it out of here.
I actually think that's the one that Don would like the most.
By the way, you're probably right, but getting him to understand, he's going to be disgusted by the idea of it. You're right. He'd probably like it the most, but. Alan is our audience here because Alan likes dorky stuff. You could absolutely like dragons.
Okay.
No question.
I'll give it a shot.
I mean, you don't like the idea of gigantic dragons flying over cities and burning things? It's awesome.
It all depends.
You're one of the non-virgins that care.
Where do you stand on incest? Because that's really big in the Game of Thrones.
Is that the big thing? Where I stand on it, I'm good.
I wouldn't say it's the big thing, but it pops up. Hold on. The guy kissing his mom last night out of the blue was bizarro.
You're not selling this very well.
Yeah, this now got
that was
me.
the first episode.
No.
Oh, boy.
It happened again last night? I might have missed that.
Did he just say it happened
It was the first episode, yeah.
Maybe it was first episode, sorry.
It happened again. He said.
It happened in the first Game of Thrones, too.
I'm all set.
No, that's not a reason to not be there.
I want to apologize that this is the thing that follows incest talk.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday to Pat O'Keefe. Now,
Pat did not deserve
It could have happened at any other time.
He really did not. Pat, I am
forgetting might have been better.
The conversation, the conversation didn't jog my memory. I just happened to see it on social media.
But now it's a drop, and you can't escape it.
Yeah.
You can't escape.
Apropos of nothing.
I didn't want to forget. The show's almost over.
What was the line? Not that it has anything to do with incest, but happy birthday, Pat O'Keefe.
I think forgetting might have been.
Pat now wishes you forgot. How about that?
I don't think he deserves to get a birthday shot.
We do, by the way, need to go back at some point this summer, or the next time that he calls. Who? Griff. The next time he calls, his voice, boys,
yeah,
a little different.
That's why we thought something happened on that cruise.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh, Griff?
Something.
Oh, no, it sounded like something dropped. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think.
And it wasn't just bass.
I don't think it. I think we're wishing
something.
No.
Why?
Because I've asked many times.
Listen,
it's not on the radar.
He's not.
It's not on the radar. No, I'm telling you.
He might not even remember.
Don, you're with me, aren't you?
I'm with you.
He shot it down so bad. It's not even. It's not even under
but
consideration.
you heard a difference in his voice,
No.
right?
No, there was definitely a difference, and we hoped, and we were wrong.
Yeah, like we pick up the phone and you're expecting to get
whoopie-doo!
And he picks up and he's like, "Yo, yeah, Alan, Don, Pete,
Right?
what's good? What's
Hey, yo,
good?
Seattle.
It's me, Grifster. I'm back.
But you know what happened?
Hot off vacay.
He's just excited about all the sports. That's all.
I know. And then you ask with the hopes that it's about, something popping off.
Please, get away, get away.
And instead he goes, well, I have to be excited because, World Cup on Wednesday night. Yankees play during the day. Mets play during the day. All eyes on World Cup.
He just had such a chill vibe about it.
No,
see what I mean?
I don't even know
No,
what it's called.
it's come together, but not for the reason you think.
He was
What, Peter?
he was the vision of laying back on the pillow with his cigarette in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that
But
voice
that's what
sounded
sports
like.
does to Greg.
What, Peter?
I have to tell you, I would pay $100 in human monies to see Grifster, shirt off, sitting back on a beach chair, just hitting a Camel Light, just ripping
Right,
a Camel
because
Light.
of-
I'd pay $100 in human monies to see that.
No, I would pay that for the reason that Alan thinks, not for the reason it's actually happening. That's because it's World Cup and people are going to watch because the Mets and Yankees are in the afternoon.
I just love the idea. I just want to see
Wouldn't that be
it.
something? Him outside a motel room, sitting on a folding chair, and he's got like a
Looking like Johnny
Miller,
Depp.
Miller Lite like between his knees.
Yeah, looking
and
like the
it's-
cover of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's the Grifster you
Come
want
on,
to
I
see.
need that.
But
ripping a heater.
Just sitting there, just like.
I don't get it.
Yeah, that was him today. Yeah,
Actually, you know what?
I don't get it.
I just thought about it.
What?
He didn't bring it up.
What?
But you got the World Cup.
Yeah.
And you got Giannis in Miami. He's a Heat fan.
Fair point.
Oh, yeah. He didn't even get to that.
He never
That'll
brought
get
that
it to
up.
drop.
Notice that he was away also during the greatest week in Knicks history.
Because he's not a Knicks fan. He checked out.
He was
That's why he
gone,
checked
gone.
out. He
Didn't
couldn't even
But you know
participate
what,
in the
though?
conversation.
I'm a little annoyed. I helped him get a photo. Center court, Madison Square Garden.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
But what was it for?
Did he ever? He won the contest, right, to come to the game. And did he once say to me, "Hey, I know I was away, but I know the Knicks championship meant a lot to you, Alan"? Did he say it?
No,
Nothing.
he was
Nothing.
Didn't even compliment your
very
work.
self-absorbed.
Very
conversation.
apparently.
Yeah, he was checked out today.
Let's go to Greg in Thomas River. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Greg?
Hey, 3 quick comments on 3 things you guys just talked about. Number one, I'm 71 years old. The Meadowlands, the good thing about the Meadowlands was after a game you could go to the racetrack. But the bad thing about the Meadowlands was there's nothing to do before or after the game. To me, arenas belong in cities, football stadiums out in the boondocks. That's number one. Number 2, as far as pronouncing cities, in 1976, when I watched the Olympics, Howard Cosell called Montreal the whole time. It made me want to vomit.
Well, that's not even how you pronounce it. That's just going too far.
Old Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Montreal.
No, there's a part of the city. He's right. There's a part of the city called Old Montreal. Old Montreal.
Yeah.
And Howard just kept leaning into that?
He was leaning.
Greg, it's Toolbox, right?
Yeah. Howard's from Brooklyn. But anyway, number 3, as far as Mitchell Robinson, and Alan, you could speak to this seriously now. Money is money, but Mitchell Robinson seems like a very, I don't want to say fragile guy, but I think he's very emotional.
Yeah. And
I think he would have a tough time getting out of that group of players and organizations that he's been with basically his whole life. I think it would be a mistake. Again, I know money is money, but to go somewhere else for 3 or 4 or 5 years for an extra $5 or $6 million, I don't know. I think he should stay with the Knicks.
We all kind of feel the same way, right? And but at his age and where he's at, it's going to be hard to say no. It's going to be hard to say no.
No, money's money, but fans can think one way, but it is a business, and it could be a lot of human monies. Keith in New Jersey, you're on ESPN New York.
Good afternoon, guys. Please stay hydrated down at the shore this week. To my Mets, I have 2 points. Let me get it in. First one is about the disgruntled team in Queens. Stearns needs to be gone. Look, as Chavez said,
Oh, no.
No.
Keith, try to give us a call back. We lost you. I know you were on hold for a while. We'll get to you because it's the last call crew coming up because at 6 o'clock it's ENN.
We're out of Dodge.
And then at 6:30 it's Mets baseball on ESPN New York.
This is the Michael K. Show.
David Stern should be ashamed of himself. His unbelievably inept way to put together a roster has cost a really good guy a job. There has to be a sense of relief when it comes to Carlos Mendoza. Why would you even want to continue to manage a team like this? An absolute joke.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
New York basketball is back on top. Champions of the world. When you watch a team play that well, you can tell. It starts with how they're built. Depth, leadership, execution, doing the little things right. That's exactly how Tricon Construction builds too. Whether it's medical, industrial, multifamily, or commercial, Tricon brings the right team and the right plan to every project across the Tricon area. So if you're looking for a construction partner for your next project, don't overthink the pick. Choose Tricon Construction. Every phase, every detail done right. Visit TriconBuilds.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
The Yankees are under pressure, and there's more pressure on Aaron Judge than it is any other athlete in this market because of what Brunson has done. He'll never be accepted as one of the greats until he wins a title.
And this is the time because the American League stinks. Everybody just assumes, kind of like the Knicks, that the National League is that much better, like they did about the Western Conference.
Take that easy path. Bart Scott, Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. That's how Prime members have saved over $2 billion on grocery and household items. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
The ESPN New York Beach Bash is back. Thursday, July 2nd at Bar A in Lake Como, New Jersey. Head down to the Jersey Shore and join the Michael K. Show and Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live starting at 1 p.m. Plus, there'll be appearances from DiPietro and Rothenberg, as well as Bart and Carlin. We'll have plenty of giveaways for fans in attendance, a soccer watch party, and the chance to test your skills by trying to kick a soccer goal past Rick DiPietro. Save DiPietro! Plus, music from Surfing for Daisy. It's all brought to you by Spike Dave, Boost Mobile, Miller Lite, Fanatics Fest NYC, and New Jersey Lottery. You must be at least 21 years of age to enter.
All right, last call, crew, 1-800-919-3776. Then an ENN that you dream about at 6. And the Mets baseball coming up at 6:30. Let's get back to the busy phones. Let's talk to Mike in the Bronx. You're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What's up?
Hey, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. How are you?
Good.
I'd like to talk about the Chavez comments. I do want to take it a step further, and I'm talking to particularly Hahn, who's been in locker rooms. I think another thing GMs don't realize, like Stearns, who's just a geek, is that you're their boss, and what you do with your money says more than what you say, and that affects things. And I want everyone's using Knicks as an example. We should do right. The first move the Knicks did after they got Brunson by trade deadline is they got Hart, which tells you two things. Number one is that this is Brunson's team. We're bringing his guys. Number two is we want effort, and that's the guys who we want here. So Stearns, this team went to the LCS before Soto got there. And that's fine. You bring him in and you treat him like a king. But you had a guy who was consistent when you were bad. He had a bad year that year, but he came through to you when you needed it. His name was Pete Alonso. He was the leader. And then you treated him like a piece of garbage. And he came begging with a hat for money while you treated this outside guy like king. What does it say to everyone else? And you could have just paid like $10 million to keep Iglesias in your locker room, who helped, to show that you appreciate a guy who brings everyone together, and you just weren't willing to do that. So what does that tell your team? You're the boss. I think that affected the team. And where you see cohesiveness the most is late, in like you saw by the Knicks, late in games when you're down. That Mets team before Soto got there used to come back. Since they got Soto and they did all that, which ruined the chemistry, they had one ninth inning comeback, which was against the Yankees this year in a year and a half. They had way more than that year at the end of the year. And I think that, with the treatment of Pete really hurt the chemistry, because he was that guy who you described, who was a star and was part of the team. Thank you so much.
It's very fair, Mike. It's very fair.
It's fair, but
Tom, we've seen this though. We've seen this. This happens a lot.
I know, but
I'll give you another example. A guy Tom Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Islanders team went to the 93 semifinals, right? They got to the conference finals, lost.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a great run that they went on, and the belief was this was, flash in the pan. It's not really who we are. We just kind of got right the right time.
Right.
Expansion draft happened. They let a couple of guys unprotected. One of them was Tom Fitzgerald, who was a heart and soul kind of gritty player for that team, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did it because they wanted to keep a prospect that they all, felt good about in Brad Delgado. But Brad Delgado didn't have that grit and all those things, right? So you lose a guy like that in the locker room, the players kind of see, oh, okay, so they didn't believe in us. Glenn Healy, let him go, right? Didn't believe in him. So that tells the room they don't really believe in what we did. They don't really have faith in us. And that changes the mood of a season like that.
It does. Now, I'm not defending Stearns because he got it wrong. But remember, when he got here, it seemed like his plan was to blow it up right away. He didn't want to give Alonso, because Alonso was a free agent going into that year. They gave him that, that 1-year deal.
Well, but they gave it to him way after when when they had that fan fest and Cohen got booed and Cohen wasn't liking that.
Exactly. And Cohen said, let's give it one more run with this team. And so Stearns said, okay, let's take a look at it. And they go out and they win 83 games.
Right.
And then
they started out great.
The reason why and they did collapse.
Yeah.
So that emboldened him to say, see, I told you we can't win with these guys. I don't want a team that almost makes. I don't want a team that makes it. Where Stearns screwed up is he didn't replace any of these guys. Now they're going to have a 90-loss season. But what the caller is talking about is what he should have done. Sure, but he didn't want to give him a 5-year deal. And Pete wanted a 5-year deal. He got it from Baltimore, and now history is where it is.
It's amazing.
So they don't
years.
Look at that. And to Stearns' defense, at the moment was, Well, we haven't won anything with these guys. In 22, they collapsed at the end of the year, fell to the wild card, got beat by San Diego, and then lose in 23. And he lets Buck go, brings in Mendoza. Awful start to the season, and they get hot in the second half, and they make the playoffs. And then Pete hits the historic home run. They lose to the Dodgers. So they buy another year, and then they win 83 games again. So I will support him in the sense that maybe there was a reason to change. What he pivoted to was a disaster.
Yes. It was what he wanted, though. It was the team he wanted versus the team that was there. And I still go back to, yes, they won 83 games. But how many did they win in June till June?
No, you're right.
Like, they fell apart late in the year. Those are things you have to watch. But a lot of it had to do with the fact that you had no starting pitching.
But go back.
Remember,
to
it was
the
David
Knicks.
Peterson and nobody else for the whole month of August.
But go back to when the Knicks made the playoffs. They went around with Randall.
They lost the round. They lost in the first round with Randall.
When did they beat Cleveland? Was the next year?
It was Brunson's first year.
Right. All right. So, but that was a good team.
So they lost to Atlanta. Then they didn't make the playoffs the next year.
Right. And so clearly they need to pivot to something.
Yeah.
And they obviously pivoted to something that worked.
Yeah.
If it didn't work, what they pivoted to, it wouldn't mean, we should have kept Julius Randle. No, you were still supposed to pivot. You just made the wrong decisions. Like, I still think looking at those teams, they were nice teams, but they weren't perfect. All right?
Okay.
They would play like a half a season of baseball. Luckily in 24, they got hot. And they were able to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But their changes were needed. And I agreed with that. The changes he made were wrong. If the changes he made were right, everybody would be like, it doesn't matter about Alonso. Who cares? All that stuff doesn't matter.
I agree with that.
So
yes.
The pivot, we're not arguing he shouldn't have pivoted. Some fans are. My argument is what he pivoted to is he's falling flat on his face.
Well, what fans are doing is the love affair with Pete Alonso, because Pete Alonso was their son. Like, that's what it is. He is the Met. He grew up a Met.
And I think you could have pivoted away from Nimmo, could have pivoted away from McNeil. You could have found a way to keep Pete.
Yeah.
Split the difference. And he decided he didn't want to do that.
Want to do it. Yeah.
Let's go to Joe in Rocky Point. You're on Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
Hey, guys. Hey, listen, thank you so much for the call, and thank you for the conversation. I'm bringing back the Meadowlands again. I'm sorry if it's too time was past, but
no, go ahead.
But 1984, I'm a deadhead, a long time, and I would see Springsteen on the USA tour. That sound system that he did at the Meadowlands was insane. I'd never heard anything. I'd seen a lot of stadium shows. It was insane what he did in 1984, which is talking about a long, long time ago. The sound system that he had.
Wow.
Now I'm going to pivot up to 1987, newly married, brand new girl, daughter, and I take my wife, who's a Queens girl, kind of like, into disco kind of thing. But I go, you're going to love this. So we go to see Dylan and the Dead at the Meadowlands, 87, and we get out of the car, throwing the Frisbee around. She ends up with the girls, and then she's missing for like half an hour, 45 minutes. I'm like, where is she? She comes flying out of this bus, one of those psychedelic buses, and she goes, I love these people. I'm like, told you. There's nothing like a Grateful Dead concert.
Well, it sounds like the microbus had a lot going on.
That's right, I'm sure.
I love these people sounds like somebody. You know what? Tell your wife to listen to this show, because she's got a lot in common with the people that listen to this show.
You guys know.
Yeah. And it all started on some day in 1987. Went to a microbus and fell in love.
Started microdosing.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
But probably not micro.
I think they called it the Magic Bus.
Puff the Magic Dragon you're talking about.
Yeah. It looked like he has different memories of the Meadowlands than I do.
Sure.
But memories are memories. And ENN is ENN.
Yes, it is.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. We've got the Yanks home in the Bronx. First pitch just a little over an hour away using the inbound George. Stick with the lower deck if you can. Just about a 5 to 10 minute ride. Upper level will run you 15 to 20 from 80-95. Better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Deegan just packed, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Southbound, stop and go from the Mosholu on down. Northbound, long line of brake lights from the Triborough and the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Holland 20 to 30. No relief on the Van Wyck southbound in Queens. Still have this crash right after Northern Boulevard and City Field. Backed up onto the expressway from the Whitestone Bridge. Hutch not moving much in Westchester County. Northbound, a car fire being worked on by Mamaroneck Avenue. Southbound side just jammed with everybody stopping to take a look. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
In my world, you're always sorting through information, trying to find what matters most fast. Well, if you're hiring, you can now review all these resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter has a new feature that instantly shows you the most interested, qualified candidates first. ZipRecruiter's matching technology finds qualified candidates quickly. And with ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates show up at the top of your list. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Hello. Hi, hey, how you doing? Hi. Welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
ENN tonight, of course, is brought to you by our friends at Fanatics Fest NYC.
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
Go Knicks!
It's going to be a time, the 16th to the 19th, the biggest weekend in all of sports, taking over New York City. The #1 fan festival at the Javits Center, man. So many people are going to be there, including your NBA champion.
Go Knicks!
New York Knicks.
I like the way that sounds.
I like to start off ENN by saying good evening to Don.
Molly, 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 Molly.
That was one of your
And to Don.
Shamalama Ding Dong ping pong movie.
And to Don.
I want to apologize that this is the thing that follows incest talk.
Oh,
Happy birthday to Pat O'Keefe.
Poor Pat. He can't even get a clean happy birthday on
I
the air.
apologize. So that separated it.
Good evening to Alan.
Well, I mean, the door isn't soundproof.
What?
I had
Alan,
a clean day.
Yeah, why bother? Why do we bother doing the show?
You guys
There's
miss-
Don. The show should be called Don and Them Boys
It should be.
because they don't even.
You mean
when we
like the
say-
old show?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here.
We didn't say it's your fault. We're just saying that they don't listen to what we say. They
No.
don't care. They don't think we're talented. They don't think we're funny. They
we
don't think
dropped
we're
some
entertaining.
funnies.
You
no,
think so?
Your nose is right up there.
Why is there so much dead air? Don's not talking right now.
Wow. That's hurtful.
Let's say good evening to myself.
A turkey!
A clean day for you?
I guess so. And the Griffin.
I don't get it.
And the Griffin.
I am happy.
That's the
Oh,
one.
that's the one.
By the way, if I didn't know any better, that's right when he made eye contact.
I am happy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one of those, right, where he's on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
I
and
am
he does
happy.
one. He's telling you, I am happy.
I am
Looking
happy.
right over it.
Oh, yeah.
Almost done. Almost done.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Wow.
back for round 2 in a second.
I don't get it. I am happy.
Let's say good evening to Sharky.
I probably only know 5 guys: Messi, Ronaldo, Kane, the kid from the United States, Pulsack, and Bobby.
Pulsack and Bobby. By the way, that's a new show coming to ESPN Radio. They introduced the Golics are back.
Yeah, how about that?
And then they're going to be
Pulsack
followed
and
by Pulsack and Bobby. It's going to be a hell of a program.
They're on from 3 to 6.
Can you believe it?
You don't want to miss it.
Good evening to Sharky.
I saw you on whatever was going on Saturday. I probably only know 5 guys: Messi, Ronaldo, Kane, the kid from the United States, Pulsack, and Bobby. I love Bobby.
Now, where was your broadcast?
In Stanford.
I saw you
No, but
on
where
whatever
did it
was
air?
going on Saturday.
On ESPN proper.
Okay.
Proper.
As well as the ESPN app. Good
My
evening.
brother was on the CW.
He was on the CW. So wait, that aired. Was that the pre-show? No, it was during the actual show. They were they cutting away to it during the event? Is that how they did it?
Yes.
And I saw his outfit. I heard him debating what he was going to wear all week. He landed on some nice like linen-looking pants.
It was Orlando. He was complaining about how hot and humid it was.
Let me tell you something. Any complaining your brother was doing about being on the actual WWE broadcast is called lying through his teeth. He was,
Well,
I'll tell you
I
what,
know.
he probably
He
had
was
to, you know,
complaining
he
to
probably,
me.
He probably needed duct tape to keep him down.
No, he was complaining to me on the phone.
No, right. That's hot. It's hot.
That it was hot because he had to miss Jalen's recital.
Oh. With all due respect to Jalen's recital, which I'm sure he would have loved also, like I said, he needed duct tape.
Well, he made a decision.
Yeah, he made
a ticket was purchased.
Yeah, exactly.
And unused.
And a seat was empty. Good evening, Sharky.
Steel cage match in Saudi Arabia, wherever you guys were.
Yeah.
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 And the Sharky.
I turn on the TV and there's Peter right in the middle of 2 guys who I don't even know who they are.
Whoa.
As long as he knew.
I didn't like how he said it. And lastly, to Derek Coleman.
Whoop-de-damn-do. I love Bobby.
Yeah. She loves.
Get her. I turn on the TV and there's Peter right in the middle of 2 guys who I don't even know who they are.
It's not what you ever want to hear. Oh, guys, everyone relax. They're getting a hydration break real quick. Everyone's
A lot of
calling.
people are against this.
Now what happens now? We just start letting the clock run?
No, they stop it for. Oh no, they let it run.
No,
For
they
that
let
too?
it run because apparently they can't stop it.
No, they let it run during the hydration.
You know what?
Also,
There's few things unstoppable in the world. Soccer clock, unstoppable.
Ballard had a great idea that
Yeah,
since that's the Yankees' classy rain delay music
Coming soon.
When we discuss the Mets, we find a horrible sounding like high school orchestra. So
Do you have it on the phone there? We can practice it. We can workshop it right now.
Let's see how it sounds here. So this is what we're talking about. So when we bring up the Mets,
All right, so cue me because I'll have like a Met thing.
all right, go ahead.
Steve Cohen has announced that at some point he is going to speak to the fans about what's happened with Mendoza and the terrible start to the season as the Mets start a series this week in Toronto against the Blue Jays. I love it. The Yankees have da 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 Da, 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 da. And even when they
It's
do
like
somber stuff, when they're talking about, it's hockey jersey night.
Wasn't this like the Brooklyn Symphony?
Oh, I got it. When was it SNY? No, my dad was gone by the time SNY came out. During a Met rain delay, Channel 9 did some kind of thing when the Mets were in rain delay of the Dodgers when they were in Brooklyn. It was a little like a documentary or something.
Okay.
And I never, because I was a kid.
Yeah.
Remember, like the symphony.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like that. Just a bunch of people just banging on instruments, not knowing what they're doing. I thought my father was going to cry. It brought back memories of him going to Ebbets Field to see that. So whenever you bring up the symphony, I think about that. That the Mets and the symphony is the symphony compared to what you just played.
Right. But it's
and
perfect.
The Mets deserve it.
It's perfect for the 9 Mets.
9 Mets.
I really do think, guys, in all seriousness, Mr. Met dancing behind Steve Gelbs was one of the, if you can remove yourself from it if you're a Mets fan, it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It really
in
is.
sports. It was really, it couldn't be any better. It's just, the only thing, and by the way, I don't mean this, please hear me out. I don't mean this in terms of being serious, because obviously death is a horrible thing. But objectively from a comedy standpoint, the only thing that would have made it funnier would have been if they were talking about like how some all-time Met had died. That's the only thing that would have made the dancing more inappropriate in the background. It was the timing was so perfect.
It almost felt scripted.
That I thought when I first saw it, I thought it was AI.
I waited because I didn't want to send it to you because I'm like,
you did the research.
There's no way this happened.
It happened.
And enough people sent it around that I was like, no, I think this actually happened.
Yeah, I reached out to Steve, and he confirmed that it happened, and I congratulated him on not just cold-cocking the
Now, did he mention to you whether or not he was fully aware?
Yeah. Well, you do have your monitor there when you do the hit, right? He probably could see in the monitor that this dope is behind me dancing around.
And it's probably happened often enough that he gets a feel for what it's like, but he probably wasn't expecting it to happen at that particular moment. It's not what you want. It's so bad. But no,
it's so bad it's good though. Don.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
least
the problem.
It could have been the moment you needed.
It's so bad it's good.
By the way, it was so bad. Mrs. Met has actually left Mr. Met.
She walked out.
Yeah, she said enough. She's now with Mr. Dodger.
No, I think she the Rocky dinosaur has the hots for her, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that true?
Wait,
not the Fanatic?
No, there's lore behind all that. No, the Fanatic has hots for Meredith, and so does the Rays.
I thought the Fanatic, if there's ever a time to move in, now. Talk about you really want to blow up the spot.
The two were seen leaving a Volkswagen microbus in the Meadowlands parking lot at the Vince Lombardi Park and Ride, and a huge puff of smoke came out.
It is it's a tough time for the Mets. This is hopefully, you know what, but that's the thing, you want to find rock bottom, and I think we found it. Now, on to something really serious, unfortunately, that we have not talked about yet today that I'm sure just made all of our collective stomachs drop when we saw it, and that is the news that former Tennessee Titans great Chris Johnson revealed that he's been diagnosed with ALS in an interview with Michael Strahan on Good Morning America earlier today. He's just 40 years old, and he was diagnosed with the disease in 2025, last year. No history of ALS in my family, who spoke using a speech-generating device based on recordings of his voice to speak. My doctors believe my case is what's called sporadic ALS, which is actually how the vast majority of ALS cases happen. It's one of the reasons he said the disease can be so shocking it can happen to someone who never expected it. Chris Johnson, I mean, there's two things, obviously. The insidiousness of this disease, which it really is up there for the absolute worst diseases on planet Earth, and to everyone who's been affected by it, obviously. I know you hear the story. It's triggering and hard, and we send you all love. Yeah. And then there's the second piece of it, which is, of course, it makes me think about how great Chris Johnson was in his prime. You know, he's not necessarily the first name that people throw out there when they're talking about great running backs, but when you lived through the time, I mean, he was an absolute dominant force.
He is one of 9 running backs in the history of the NFL to reach 2,000 yards. Right? So that puts him up with, OJ and
Eric Dickerson?
I think Adrian Peterson did it, right?
Yeah, he did.
So you talk about 9 running backs, and we've been in a 16 games, now 17, but he played the 16-game schedule for a long time. Pretty amazing, but you don't know where to begin with this stuff. How old is he?
40.
Yeah, that's
40 on the dot.
Crazy.
I mean, he's practically like, he's a young person with children, of course.
But in 1 year, it could just cause that much of an impact on you physically.
Yeah,
just in 1 year.
It's I was truly, the second I saw it, I was just completely blown away. His real prime is 08.
Tennessee.
Yeah, it's the Tennessee years, of course.
Year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, once it got to the Jets, obviously no fault of his. You just can't be great anymore. But over 1,000 yards every year from 08 through 13. The year Don was referring to is in 2009. Rushed for 2,006 yards, 14 touchdowns. And in that same year, 09, he also had 50 receptions for 500 yards and another couple of touchdowns. Just a great player. And, this isn't one of those things that I think you can, we know Gleason, of course, from the Saints, Steve Gleason. That was super sad story.
Yeah.
We know Mongo McMichael, we lost, I think, last year from ALS. But I don't believe anyone believes there's any sort of direct association because no one can really seem to figure out what ALS comes from. It's just awful. So we're thinking about Chris Johnson today. That's super sad news.
And it's amazing. I don't know if is there another organization in the NFL that's more synonymous with running backs than Tennessee?
I know, right? Considering how short their history is,
they've it's almost like they never bought into. Oh, you need star quarterback. I guess the greatest quarterback in Tennessee history would be Steve McNair.
Yeah. But Eddie George.
But right there, Eddie George was the star of that offense.
Yeah.
It's
Super Bowl. Made it to a Super Bowl. Chris Johnson had them relevant.
Yeah.
And of course Derrick Henry kept them relevant. I mean, they just they believe you can get that running back and
it's not like they play in a
now they're
going to
do it again.
city.
I was gonna say,
now they're going to run it back again.
They just got the draft so long ago.
You're not.
He had a whole other draft since then.
They got but he was the best running back in the draft.
You're not, but it's not like you're playing in a cold weather city. I mean, ground and pound. I mean, they just it's their philosophy, and they haven't won a championship. They've been to a Super Bowl. They've recently been to a championship game. They stink now, but
let's see what happens when this kid starts next year, though, because it does seem to be their recipe.
Carnell. Oh no, they got the wide receiver.
They did?
No. Yeah, no, they did.
Yeah, they got a running back.
They didn't take Love.
They were just
I
projected?
thought they took Love. No, they took Carnell Tate.
Oh, they were just we were just debating if they were going to, and they didn't in the end.
That's
Who got
it
him?
was.
Who got
Arizona.
Love? Arizona got
third pick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because then we said he's going to end up in 3 years somewhere else. Yeah. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Former NBA players Malik Beasley and Ed Davis and an NBA agent are among 6 defendants indicted earlier today on charges related to an alleged sports gambling scheme that targeted at least 4 games during the 23-24 season, according to the indictment. They were arrested on Monday by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York. That's here, folks.
Yeah.
Beasley and co-defendant Paolo Zamorano, who's Davis's agent, Ed Davis's agent, were not in custody as of this morning. Steve Haney, who's Beasley's attorney, said that they have coordinated with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the ex-player to voluntarily surrender this week. An indictment is not proof of guilt or evidence. It is merely a charge of probable cause. The investigation was 1.5 years long, and we maintain Malik's innocence of all charges.
Apparently, there's conversations that they have between the two of them. That a lot of digital stuff.
I see a video. I saw a video on Twitter today, obviously, of a game. Supposedly, according to the video I saw, it was a game where they were I guess getting 8.5 points, down 9, and you see Beasley take the inbounds with 5 seconds left, and just go coast to coast as fast as he can for the dunk. No one's playing defense. You're down 9 points. One of those.
Yeah,
and that's usually frowned upon.
That's usually frowned upon.
That usually starts a fight. Remember?
No, but they're down.
Doesn't matter.
Even if you're down?
How much time is left?
5 seconds. You're like, why are you trying to go pad stats?
Yeah. What are you doing? Like,
Can't
seriously.
make it look that obvious.
Like, you're not going to score 9 points in 5 seconds. So
I'm sure if you type in his name, it'll pop up and you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, not a great
now whenever we
situation.
see that stuff, though, and it does impact the spread, now you got to wonder.
Yeah, but I never thought about that until legalized gambling. You always think, oh, the guy's just padding his stats.
Yeah.
You know, like we hear stories of guys not taking the half-court shot at the end of the game because they don't want their shooting percentage to go down.
Mm-hmm.
You see Beasley do that. You're thinking, oh, he just wants an extra couple of points. He's trying to pad his stats, not thinking, no, he's got money on the game.
Right.
But now you got to think about that stuff, man. And then I always see, it always happens. Somebody will tweet out, oh, so you can rape somebody or kill somebody drunk driving, but gambling, separated, all right? Nobody's saying that what he did was heinous, but you can't bet on, you can't gamble. You can't affect the outcome of games. You can't compromise that.
Right.
Nobody is saying that he's a murderer, but he still has to answer to that and the credibility of the league. And don't give me the whole, well, you're legalizing. Both worlds can exist where people could do things responsibly and irresponsibly. Same thing with alcohol. Just because some idiot decides to get behind the wheel of a car and drive drunk doesn't mean that, that alcohol should be illegal. I think both things can exist. It just comes down to, dude, you can't do that as a professional athlete.
It comes down to responsibility.
I just saw it very funny.
What?
Maybe you won't laugh. Maybe it's stupid. It's a picture of these two very hot women, scantily clad, and it looks like a real picture, and it says, PSA, warning, scam alert. Be on the lookout for these two women. They're hanging out around Port Charlotte, Florida Walmart parking lot. When you're putting your groceries away, they ask you for a ride to McDonald's. They're very convincing and very hot. Once in your car, this one takes her clothes off and starts climbing all over you. While she keeps you busy, the other one takes your wallet. I've had mine taken on June 20th, 24th, and 26th, twice yesterday, probably tomorrow. Yeah, pop me too. That's pretty funny. All right, some NBA news and notes. The Warriors are supposedly planning a pursuit of LeBron James in free agency and possibly Anthony Davis as well via trade, according to Shams Charania. Now, this is all possible after Draymond Green declined his $27.6 million player option Monday morning. He had until 5 Eastern to decide on the option. Now, people have been indicating that Green would turn down the 1-year guarantee and work on a new contract. As we know, though, he's not going anywhere. He wants to be a part of this thing, and we know Steve Kerr wants to stick around as long as Draymond and Steph Curry are around. The Cleveland Cavaliers' James Harden is declining his $42 million player option for 26-27, and the sides are working through a new multi-year deal together.
Would you?
I don't know.
Right?
It's a mixed bag.
What's the benefit there? He's getting older. He certainly isn't defending, as the Knicks exposed over and over.
Although I do maintain that one possession late where he was getting killed, Brunson was unstoppable. Harden actually played better D on him than he got credit for in the moment. He just got beat. I mean, Brunson's just better at this stage. He just can't do anything.
Fair.
But I hear you.
Is this what we're doing, Cleveland? This is you're all in on this. You believe.
Because he requires a lot of ball. You know what I'm saying?
He also,
and he has an energy. We talked about it earlier with the Mets. He has and he's not a bad guy. But his energy is not championship driven crazy. And I'm surprised Mitchell's into it.
Well, I think that's why they're doing it, because they're hoping they want to keep him, because I think he's going to be due soon, and he might say, I might want to go somewhere else.
But he might. Oh.
Yeah.
So you're saying they keep him in case they lose Mitchell?
No, it's to show Mitchell, hey, we're
still
trying to
win.
Trying. Look,
and maybe Mitchell likes him. You don't know.
They probably do, but
he's supposed to be a great hang.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that doesn't scream we're going for a championship.
It does not. It screams we're coasting next year.
What else do they do?
Andrew Wiggins intends to sign a 3-year, $64 million contract to stay with the Heat, according to Shams. The Clippers and the Raptors are seriously engaged in trade talks.
You hear this, Don?
Wait for it, Kawhi Leonard.
Oh.
Bringing him
to go back to Toronto.
What? Toronto.
Not Toronto.
No.
Toronto. That's interessante.
Isn't it, though?
And I also heard...
Put Nick Bam back together.
We heard also earlier today, John Morant on the move going to Portland.
Don's favorite team.
And there's some people who said that could sort of create the opportunity, speaking of reunions, for Portland to send Drew Holiday back to Boston.
That could happen because obviously why do you need Drew if you have these two guards? They do want to play Dame and Ja together.
That's what they're saying?
Yeah, which is a very small backcourt.
It's a lot of a lot of ball.
Drew Holiday won a championship with the Celtics, and he won a championship with the Milwaukee Bucks.
That's right.
So
big piece of both.
Yeah, got a pedigree there, but he is getting older. But still,
I could still see him contributing. You can see him contributing.
This
still.
right now, this it starts tomorrow when free agency begins. The next week is just mayhem.
It's going to be. You know what? It's great news for us. Great news for us.
So much fun.
Now, speaking of what's going on in the world of sports as we speak, Paraguay and Alemania. That's right. Germany and Paraguay.
She loves.
Are in the 90th minute tied at 1 apiece.
Out of how many minutes?
We don't know how much they'll add. I'll tell you in 24 seconds.
And there can't be any ties now.
No more ties. So what happens is you get 2 15-minute halves. If it's tied. And then you get PKs. Now,
and then we do shootout.
Brazil and Japan looked like they were headed to overtime, and then Brazil scored in like the 6th minute, although Germany has a run here. Hold on now. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. They on side? Hold the phone.
Stay alive.
No.
Stay with us. What was that?
So...
No.
9 minutes of extra time.
Wow. I mean, it's a whole... No, that's 5.
That's a 5. That's a 5, Don.
That's unfortunate. Should we, Don?
What?
You all right? When you look at that, you still see a 9?
No, not now.
Let's get an eye chart in here.
So far, Canada and Brazil have moved on in the round of 32, and
Canada's something, though.
I didn't know that Canada was.
They're
that
pretty.
good.
They're a pretty good team, but that's still a big win for them, no question. Brazil was fearing their worst exit potentially since like 1990, but they advance instead. That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by our friends over at Fanatics Fest NYC. You don't want to miss Fanatics Fest. It's going to be a happening with all the greats and near greats of sports and entertainment. You want to win a pair of tickets, go to the ESPN New York app and find the contest tile to submit your entry.
Great job with ENN.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, you got the Yankees and the Tigers. You got the Mets and the Blue Jays. All that on the table at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Talk about it Tuesday as well. So we're looking forward to that. Mets baseball coming up next. Blue Jays, Mets, rivalry that predates all of us.
Yeah.
That's coming up next on Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
I am happy.
This is the Michael K. Show.
David Stern should be ashamed of himself. His unbelievably